Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Four Pillars podcast, where the four pillars are not all here. It's me, Tyler and George today. No James, unfortunately. And last episode there was no me. So every single episode, a new one of us is getting snapped. And so far, George is the only one who seems immune to this curse. So how long will it last?
Yeah, how long will it last?
God knows. But how are you doing, guys? How's it going?
Pretty good. It's a nice Thursday afternoon right now in cloudy England. It's beautiful.
Cloudy England. I like a bit of cloudy England. It's full
I'm
of
doing
clouds.
a weather forecast. That's the new segment on the Four Pillars podcast. I'll do a little weather forecast.
Weather forecast.
So, do you guys like weather? And that's how it starts.
So, do you guys like weather? It's like, no, George, please. So, I wasn't here last week. 2 weeks ago, last episode, because I was away. I was down across the country in the southwest, loving life, and I think that's a very overstatement sort of thing. Where loving life, definitely not. But it was a good little time away from what I'm doing over here, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a holiday, but it's good to be back. So fill me in. Did anything interesting happen last episode?
We're happy to have you back, certainly.
I'm
glad you're here. Back. I wish all four of us were here, but it's what it is. We go on. George has been, consistently been holding down the fort, and I like to think I'm the same now. Like, I did miss that one episode, but I'm like, it's not going to happen again.
That's true. There's no excuses now, Tyler. If you do miss an episode, I'll be having words.
Yeah, no, I know. I think at this point, George and I will be here, and it's what it is. But I'm glad, Ethan, you're back. What happened last episode? We talked a lot about the Lord of the Rings. We talked quite a substantial amount about the Lord of the Rings and the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV show. That's coming because the first sort of teaser image came out. Some news came out about a release date for next year, things like that. We talked about Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy and a potential crossover for the future. And top of my head, George's YouTube recommended were pretty boring.
Yeah,
what were they, George?
What was it? Well, don't tell me what today's are, but what were they last time?
I'm so glad that I have to edit this segment.
Was it Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Oh yeah, you were watching Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it was something to do with Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. It was. You were watching people opening Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was like, that's disappointing. Because the week before was the episode before that was preparing seafood and shit.
That was
this
funny.
Is tremendous
That was very funny.
This is tremendous content. The people's favorite segment. Ethan's least favorite segment, but the people's favorite segment.
I mean, I don't mind the segment now that I don't have to edit it. I mean, it's fine.
That's true. You don't have to,
you sound like James. It's like when we turn the As Always podcast into video. He's like, I hate this show so much. And as soon as we got Josh, and he's like, I love this show.
Yeah, it was not. I love the show. It's just sometimes I'll be like, fuck, this is gonna be a ball ache to edit right. So you can just tell, and it's like, I'm so glad that's somebody else's problem now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, I did say to you at the start when we started this show, I was like, I wanted to get Josh. And you said
I wanted to give it a crack.
This. I'm like, you're gonna hate this. Yeah, and you did. You gave it a fair crack. But I felt like I knew it was gonna come.
Yeah,
because it is a cunt to edit when you've been at the podcast. I think Josh enjoys it because he's like, he doesn't know.
That's true. It's like he's listening to it for the first time.
It's an enjoyable experience.
In the conversation, yeah. If I was editing a podcast and I wasn't there for it, I'm like, oh, this is cool, and it was something I already enjoyed. Whereas you being in the conversation and then having to edit it and then be like, oh, this is when George talked about this thing, and it also takes you out of the episode because you'll be in the episode like you said, and George will be talking about his YouTube recommended, and you'll be like, fuck, I got to edit this in, and it will take you out of it rather than you can just say whatever you want, talk about whatever you want, and it's someone else's problem.
Yeah, that's
and it's fantastic.
That is
not that it's
one.
a problem.
I love that.
We love Josh.
We love Josh.
We do love Josh.
I love giving him my problems. But I was happy to do the first 10 episodes. That was enjoyable enough. It was just a case of, come the end, I was like, fuck me, this is hard work. I didn't mind putting in. Didn't mind doing my back in for 20 weeks. But I thought, now's the time where we can shift it off to Josh. Because we can see that it works.
He pulls his weight.
He's doing a phenomenal job. And the As Always podcast is back, so now he's every single week he's popping out either the Four Pillars podcast or the As Always podcast for us. We're very happy with
it. He's paying his
wages.
He's a machine. He's an absolute machine. He does a phenomenal job.
He's Optimus Prime, that kid.
This is like the weekly, thank Josh segment of the podcast.
Okay. We love Josh.
We love you, Josh.
Everyone comment down. We love you, Josh, right now.
If you don't censor the redacted franchise name, I will kill you.
Yeah, that's the only thing. If I do want to say, so today, not today as in when we're recording this, but today when this episode airs is August the 30th.
Okay.
And that is Four Pillars Day.
Is it now?
Oh, so that's this episode is
7-year anniversary.
Is airing on that day.
It's the 7-year anniversary of, well, I mean, technically it's as a word, but it's the first ever, like, the beginning, the inception,
was
the
it like redacted?
The sexual. It's this. Yeah, redacted. It's the 7-year anniversary of the sexual intercourse that led to the pregnancy that led to the birth of the Four Pillars. Maybe it's not the birth, but it's certainly the sex.
Can we? Why isn't Four Pillars Day just the birth of the Four Pillars? I mean, this seems to be quite far back.
It's far back. It's far back. Well, it's
technically Four Pillars Day is just George's birthday then, because he's the youngest of us, and that's when we were all born.
We talked about this last episode. We went over this last episode, and we feel like that doesn't count.
True. My birthday being Four Pillars Day is too much to celebrate. You just can't get it all in one day.
You just be sat there like, fuck, I have to be in two places.
Well, I don't really want to be when James went on a rant and was getting attacked by like the bleep community about calling us the Four Pillars, and that is
the birth of the Four Pillars, though.
But we were already doing content together by that point.
Yeah, be that as it. That was the birth of the joke that led to the name that led to us.
Yeah, but what is the Four? But you're talking.
Yeah, we're talking about the essence of the Four Pillars, not just the title.
The community. I'm talking about the community rather than talking about just the four of us. The birth of the four of us as the Four Pillars as a team.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the day. You're right, 100%. But the community that is now existing birthed from the fucking that happened 7 years ago.
They birthed from these nuts. I'm sorry.
It's certainly it's the 7-year anniversary of the As Always podcast. If you want to, at the very least, that's
the beautiful thing. It's a day of celebrations. Everyone should go listen to the Beebs Dynamite Tyler's Tale from like episode 3 or whatever it was. Oh my god, what a classic!
Back in 2015.
That is a classic.
All I'm saying is, we've been around a long time. We've been doing podcasts a long time.
True.
We've been friends a long time.
Yeah.
It's just time. I just on this day I want to say thank you, obviously, to the community, but thank you to you boys for coming along on this journey together and being a fucking amazing team to work with for many years. And it's ridiculous how far we've come, the ups, the downs, the random weird crazy shit from Ethan live streaming the subcount going down to the Fine Bros during the
we don't talk about it.
And Pyro Cynical came into the chat and was like, lol.
Oh god.
Like there's been so many
so
crazy moments from Swag to Horsey and Fox, that birth
Classic.
and the Kingdom Hearts streams back in 2015, 2016 days. Like, just the amount of podcasts the four of us have done together, the videos, the random shit. It's been
too long.
It's been a journey, and it's been too long. It needs to end now.
It's time for it to end. This is not how you expected this podcast to go, dear listeners.
It's certainly how
we're announcing the end of the Four Pillars now. See you later,
This
everyone.
is the end.
We'll leave.
It's over now. We leave. We just all get up and leave the room.
It's just like 3 hours of dead air.
Josh can just put in whatever he wants.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just start in James's place. There's just some anime dancing going on. He'll love that.
Oh god, yeah. What is up with this? There's so much anime going on.
Everyone's loving the anime. I love the anime.
Like
I don't know.
Anime now, isn't it?
I sure don't.
Tyler don't like Japanese people. This is racist.
Hey bro. I love Japanese people.
Tyler's a man of all tastes.
He's a man of all
but Japanese anime people are Japanese people. Anime people are cartoons and they're not real.
How do you know that, alright?
What do you?
I kiss my waifu pillow every night before bed, and she kisses me back.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not acknowledging this conversation. I'm not entertaining this conversation with you, George.
Okay.
I'm not engaging with you.
Oh god.
But Ethan, like you said, you weren't here last week. Last episode? What's been going on with you? How are you? How's things? What's going on?
Oh fucking hell! Do you really want to know?
No, you're right. All right, George, what's been going on with you? Yes, Ethan, I want to know, or else I would have asked.
Okay, well, so I went down to the southwest of the UK, good old Devon, the place where I'm from, the Devonshire, beautiful the land place. Of the farmers. You know, the place where you get all the bumpkins and inbreds. Basically, yep. it's the most. If you're not from the UK, it's not a place you'd likely heard too much about, but it's where the inbreds come from. And so that's where I'm from, obviously.
It's quite close to the... Is it close to the coast, or am I being stupid in thinking that?
You know, if you look at a map of England, in the southwest there's a peninsula, George.
Uh-huh.
And there's two counties that comprise the majority of that peninsula. You've got Cornwall, which is on the end, and Devon, which is sort of like the middle bit.
I see.
I'm from Devon. There you go.
Devon.
So it's got two coasts. It's got a north and south coast, but it's in the southwest. And there you go. Pretty mad. But anyway, I was down in Devon.
It's nice.
Vibing.
That's south. That is very south.
I was down in Devon, vibing.
Mm-hmm.
You're vibing? I like that.
I was vibing down in Devon. I was sort of had to go and see my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed at her house. She no longer lives at her house. We were squatting in her house. For my grandmother now lives in a home.
Yeah.
And she's vibing there. So we went over to see her one day, and my nan unfortunately has Alzheimer's disease. So that's why she's staying in a home.
Yeah.
At this point. I hear she went on a few mad ones, smashing windows, kicking nurses.
That's exciting.
Things like that.
Exciting. You're right.
You could tell that she was my nan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that she's definitely related to you.
Definitely related, except no. But I went down. I had to go see her. You know, I had to before it got much worse.
Yeah.
And I plan on going down a bit more often now, which is important. But unfortunately for my nan, she's definitely not all there anymore. So she's sort of like mental. And when you speak to her, it's ramblings and it's stuff like that, and it's a bit of a shame. As much as I prefer to joke about these things, like I remember when my mum was diagnosed with cancer and I saw her without hair for the first time and told her she looked like Homer Simpson. That was not that was a bit of an error.
Very you thing to do.
Very
you
thing.
But
I like to joke about these things as much as possible. But this is one of the ones where I sort of go, "This is very sad." There's just nothing that I can laugh at here.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
It's one of those things that you just get dealt with in life. I hope I never have to go through. So
I can address, my mum is hench as fuck, and if she wanted to, she could probably beat the shit out of me. So I don't think... I think that joke was taken quite well 2 years ago. But back to today's point. Unfortunately, it wasn't the nicest experience of all time, I'll be honest. I had full PPE on. I looked like one of those bloody hazmat creatures from Monsters Inc. or something, and I felt like it, and it was just a bit difficult to try to get her to remember very much. But she did get there, and she sort of just had a chat with us for an hour, and it didn't have any rhythm to it, and she didn't even say words that made sense. But yeah, I had to figure out what she was trying to say and try to go off of that, because I quickly figured out that she was sort of understanding what I was saying briefly. But her confused response was always because she couldn't find the correct words to respond. However, she was responding somehow.
So it's basically like when we're talking to you and we have to decipher what you're saying.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Sometimes you have to decipher what I'm saying. Other times I'm very outright with the point. But the point is I don't have Alzheimer's and my nan does. So you can imagine me times 60 and then times another 300 and then multiply that by 47.
That's a lot of Ethan.
That is a lot of Ethan.
It's too much for me. It's too much Ethan for me.
Too powerful for you to comprehend. I have ascended the need for normal conversation. You guys can get fucked.
That's true.
I'm talking to myself now. This is the Ethan podcast. Everyone can die in a ditch. Josh, this is the Ethan podcast now.
Yeah, just fucking edit all of us out and just have it so it's just
give me a big box
and
Tyler and George small ones.
Get rid of James's box. He doesn't need it anymore. Get rid of
James's box and just lengthen, I don't know, Like, you have to rearrange it and then lengthen me across 2 boxes. That's what you need to do.
And like
just
distort
wide me.
it so Ethan's face is like
I'm
stretched
like
out.
Walshy, but with a beard. It's gonna be mad that. But no, it wasn't the most enjoyable trips, and I didn't come away from it feeling particularly refreshed in the sense that I've had a holiday. I'm really happy now because fuck, that wasn't a holiday. Yeah. But I did come away feeling a little bit better about the fact that I have seen my nan and I can do some content and vibe now that I've had a bit of time away from it. And that's all right. And I've been vibing. And I'm also working on what the big charity event for this year is going to be.
I'm looking forward to it.
Had some ideas, and obviously I've told you guys 100%. About them, and I look forward to sharing more with everybody. But we're not there yet. So I do look forward to that. So I've come away with some positives. But of course, the negative is there's no world in which my grandmother's going to get better. So
that's true.
That's not nice, because I'll be fresh out of grandparents when she goes. Like, there'll be no more, and that'll be a shame. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. Let's do some gaming. So, exactly. George, how are you?
God, how can I follow that? What have I been doing? Driving to places.
Oh yeah,
sitting there.
He's got his license. Big boy's got his license.
I got my license.
For like a month.
Yeah, I got it last month. But yeah, it's been really
got a
nice.
Car?
Sort of...
Look at this big adult man walking around the streets.
You would never
days.
expect
Look at
it,
him
would
driving around these streets.
It's just the freedom, man. It's so good.
And you drive a Fiesta, right?
Yeah, a little Fiesta.
Is it what year? 2016?
2016, yeah, it is.
Is it a 5-door, like Fiesta, sort of like titanium, or Z10?
It is a 5-door, yeah. I insisted on having doors so people could get in the back instead of having to like
push a seat down. That you also get more boot space, and that's separate compartment. Then it's all good.
Exactly.
No, I had to get 5 doors when I got my car. I can't do 3-door cars. I look at them and go, that's got 2 doors too few, and I need more doors and I need more space. And also I needed a bigger car for Dennis, so he's just about fits in the boot of mine.
Yeah. Bless him. Oh god, it's like James's old rickety car. That was a 3-door.
What do you have? Like a Peugeot?
It was a Peugeot. Yeah, something like that. And it was just like it was leaking as well. There was like water inside of it. Shit. It was like you had to pull the chair back to get in.
At least it wasn't rotting, because you would have smelt that.
Yeah, that's true. That would have been bad. Yeah, they got rid of that quick.
You know what? Had I known that James's rickety old car was that bad, I would have given him the Skoda instead of scrapping it.
The Skoda Felicia.
Fucked. That Skoda was pagged. Okay, let me tell you. That Skoda, the rear suspension had collapsed, so the wheels were just sort of like grinding into the wheel arches.
Oh my god.
Naturally, the tyres were all fucked. It was rusty. It was rotting. There was an unopened Capri Sun on the back seat, and we ragged that about fucking farm lanes. We bought it for 150 quid and then scrapped it for the same. So we just got a day out ragging about a Skoda and then scrapped it for the same amount of money that it cost us to get it.
It's always a Skoda, isn't it?
It's always got to be a Skoda.
It's got to be.
It's always got to be a Skoda, and every time I see Skodas now, there's just a big smile on my face. That's a Skoda. Like, boys, remember the time we destroyed that Skoda? Yeah, we commanded life or death over this Skoda Felicia, and in the end, it got killed because we said it's time for you to go to the scrap.
That's got to be.
We called it Keith. We called it Keith. And we kept the letters. And we reorganised Felicia so it said fail, and we just kept it in the gym for about 6 months. That's fucking
amazing. That's amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah. And is your car that doesn't give you any issues then? It's a solid little whip.
Yeah, no, it doesn't give me any
sort of
issues.
zip supreme.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's in very good condition. Because obviously my parents are sort of a stickler for that sort of stuff. So they were like, it's got to be perfect condition, otherwise it's not worth spending the money on it. And that's fair enough.
Meanwhile, wait, hang on. Did they buy James's first?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And he got a rickety old.
Yeah. Whereas I got like a nice new Fiesta, newish Fiesta, which is quite funny.
My car's 10 years old, but doesn't feel it. But then again, I went out of my way to find a fucking banger of a vehicle.
I mean, I would have been happy with like anything, you know, as long as it got me from A to
B. You're the favourite child, and we all know
I'm
that.
not the favourite fucking child.
No,
I'm not.
I understand that one.
George, I tend to disagree.
I am not.
You get away with a lot.
Do I really?
You get away with a lot. You get away with a lot.
You do, but hey, no, but
maybe you're your mother's favourite. That's what I would say.
I don't think so.
Julie's
I think it's fair to get back on topic and say at the very least that you just wanted wheels. You know,
I did.
You pass your test. You want to be on the roads. You don't want to. Because especially that early on, you know, if you just pass your test, you're going to be filled with a minor confidence boost off the back of that can help you out a little bit in actually getting on the roads. But if you take your time, and you'll just be nervous again, like you're learning again, because you won't be used to it.
I have been sort of taking my time,
sense.
but I've been going. Basically, every journey has been a little bit longer than the last, and you know, it's been like a little bit further out, away from like home and stuff like that.
Have you done any nighttime driving yet?
I have, yeah. I was driving around at like 2 a.m. the other week. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I love it.
Have you done any? Motorways?
Not yet. No, that is something that I will get to eventually. But
they're a piece of piss, mate. You'd be right.
Just straight roads in it. Like gotta change lanes and stuff like that.
How much trouble are you getting yourself into though, George? How many nighttime drives are you doing, picking up your mates and fucking around?
Well, a few, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. I know you.
You got it. That's what it's there for, isn't it?
Oh, mate, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You fucking dirty dog.
Dirty dog.
Yeah, I'm dogging. That's what I'm doing.
I know what
I'm
you're
dogging
doing.
in car parks.
Mate, I know what you're doing.
You fucking dirty dog. What the fuck does that
mate,
mean?
You're not getting anything past me. Mate. You're not getting anything.
Tyler knows what's
George,
happening, man.
Dirty dog.
Big Tyler, look, we've done Bud House. He knows exactly what's going down.
I know it's gone down. I know it's gone down. I know it's gone down.
I will only... I won't even dread to guess what's going down, because... So you've been enjoying driving then? You've been enjoying driving about, being a big man?
It's been good. That's basically all I've been doing.
Have you run over any traffic wardens yet?
No, sadly not. I nearly did run over a rabbit though, accidentally.
That would have been a massive shame.
I really didn't want to do it.
When I was in Manchester back in June, I saw a pigeon get run over by like 2 buses.
That's mad.
Like, one bus ran over it and just the wheels missed it, and it was just there with its wings up going, shit, everything's going wrong. And then another bus comes and squashes it. And I looked at that pigeon for a good minute and went,
poor little gamer.
I'm hungry.
I want some roadkill.
So I went into the Arndale and got myself a scran.
And you crashed its bones in.
But that pigeon, I left that pigeon dead on the street. Fuck, it's been under a bus, man.
Yeah, you know where that bus has been.
If you know the caliber of people that go on those buses, you know even I wouldn't eat its roadkill. Like, it's not. They have
slimy wheels.
Yeah, slimy little vehicle. That disgusting. It's because of all the crusty people that hop on that bus. You'll be public transport in Manchester is fascinating. You will be fine, but you see some absolute examples of the worst kind of people. Because you'll be there and there'll just be a crackhead talking about how they hate God, and it's like, mate, nobody asked. And you'll just be sat there in the corner going, that's a funny looking Pokemon. It's just one of those.
Yeah, Northampton's pretty bad for like public transport as well. The fucking people that get on there.
Now that you have a car, you don't have to do public transport. You just have to not drink.
Worry about that shit. Yeah, I don't drink an awful lot anyway, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of drinking. Like, I don't drink much alcohol. But say, I picked up some CBD IPA when I was down in the Devon land, and it was alright. What is that?
It's IPA with CBD in it.
Oh, CBD. I see. How's it going?
CBD IPA.
Does it make your muscles feel relaxed?
No, it's a gimmick. For sure it's a gimmick, but it tastes okay. It's like a grassy ale.
That's amazing. Well, I'm glad it's making your belly warm,
It makes my belly warm, and
you'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a
belly full of IPA. That is me most of the time. I like how Tyler's just like, I'm fucking done with this conversation.
Oh no, it's not that it hit 47, my internet died, and I just sat here pretending that it didn't, so Josh doesn't have to edit me out or anything. I just acted like I could hear you because I'm like, they'll still be talking.
That's true.
And I've just come back in and you've said that. I'm like, oh thank God they didn't notice.
Okay. I'll take your word for it on that one. I'll definitely not just sat there like, fuck this. Does your internet drop out every hour then?
It's
Seems
the router,
like
yeah.
it.
Why?
The router fucks it, yeah.
Do you not like call up your
he
provider
lives
and go,
down
listen,
under."
cunts? Listen, cunts. This is not
no,
on.
it's an old router. I'm gonna buy a new one.
That's
soon.
because he lives in
It's just a
Australia
fucking-
and satellites don't.
It's
reach
nothing
that
to
far.
do with Australia. It is an old router. When I was in the old place in between, so when I lived with Jared, it was the same router. It's Jared's old router. That's what we've got now. In between, when I was living with David, it was fine. We had a really fucking great router. Never had.
You're living in the Stone
Now we're
Age
back
now.
in this fuck shit router that I need to get
Yeah.
rid of, and here we are. But it's fine. It's fine because you didn't even notice. You didn't even notice.
That's true.
We didn't even notice until you pointed it out, and then we did.
That's true. Now everyone
Yeah.
knows. And
You got to play the
secret's
long
up.
game with this. Keep us in the dark forever. Excuse me.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Well,
It's a good point.
so the conclusion: George has been enjoying driving.
I have been.
That's good.
I've been enjoying conversations with my demented grandmother. Tyler, what have you been up to? What have you been enjoying?
Yeah, let's pose that question.
I think enjoying's the right word for what I've been doing, but fair.
Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying life in general. I guess I'm very busy with work.
Nice.
It's a busy period at the moment. So just long days, long hours, but it's fun. I love my
You're
job.
still in lockdown.
No. That was
Okay.
like a week of lockdown.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it was like 7 days.
Australia
We're
in
fine.
lockdown? Never.
We're good. Oh no, we're fucked at the moment. Sydney and Melbourne are fucked.
How so?
They're back in full lockdown,
Ooh.
and they have been. Sydney's been in lockdown for months,
Ooh.
and the whole state of New South Wales has been in lockdown for a couple of months.
Because everyone's trying to go to the Sydney Opera House, they just can't handle it.
It's just the Delta, like, to make it a quick COVID update, because we love that.
4 Pillars COVID.
Yeah,
update.
so what Australia's been doing with the hotel quarantining, everything worked really well. It was great, very effective. We got to live quite a normal life while everyone else is in lockdown. Here's the thing, the Delta variant exists now, and it is so quick for people to get that even with hotel quarantine, hotel workers would get it so quick, even with all the preventions they had in place. And because they fucked up the vaccine rollout, because they weren't stressing too much about it, because we were all open internally as a country. Now Delta's widespread in New South Wales and now Melbourne. They're all locked down, and it's not getting under control in New South Wales, whereas everyone else is sort of... We've had little stints, like we had a week of Delta. We got rid of that really quick. We had like 2 cases, and we just locked down for a week, and then it was good, and then we're back open again. We're all living our lives. But, yeah, New South Wales, Sydney are fucked, and we're just pretty much now racing against the clock to get vaccinated. We're finally getting vaccines into the country. I booked in for September. I've got my September 20-something. So I'll get my first dose of the vaccine. Just to race against the clock, get everyone vaccinated, get life back to normal, get open up, and let me fly over to see my boys in the UK, for fuck's sake. Let me fucking rip and tear, boys, in the Northern Hemisphere. Let me do
Let's start a rip and tear.
Let me fucking get up there. Let me rip and tear. What was I calling myself, that podcast?
The young throbber.
George, I'm the young throbber. Let the young throbber
Let
out,
the young
boys.
throbber
Let him
throb.
out. Yeah, let him throb. Let him throb. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, life's good. Work every day, gym every day, and just spending some time, when I can, with family and with friends. And I'm living a pretty simple life at the moment. Very laser focused.
Vibing.
And being healthy. George and I did Bud House a couple weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. I've since flushed my bud. I'm off the bud.
Fair enough. I'll do it.
Yeah, I've got very, very just laser focused on work and physical activity and getting back into it. And mate, I'm working on my boxing and just having a good time. And I'm happy again. I had a rough time there for quite a number of months, and I'm still working through a lot of things, but I have a lot of, I believe in myself again. Got my confidence back a bit, got my mojo back a bit,
boys,
got a bit of the swagger going.
Back.
The young throbber is throbbing, is what I'm saying. But no, I mean, like I'm happy again. I'm enjoying content. I launched a bunch of channels just so I can
that was cool.
have the freedom to make whatever I want to make whenever I want to make it.
Yeah, when I saw Dynamite
nice.
Gaming for the first time as your name, I thought it was a full-blown existential crisis. But hey, it's good to see that there's a purpose to it.
That is actually very good.
Yeah, there's a purpose. Yeah, there's a purpose to it. Just I'm not putting any pressure on. Like if I have weeks, I'm like, fuck, I'm too. Like there'll be no Dynamite show last week. Just because I haven't had a night like to record it because I've been so busy and like late. Like I was out of work maybe, I don't know. I get into work at 7:38 every day. I was out about 6:30, went straight to the gym, got home, and I pre-make so many of my meals for the week because I know how busy I'll be. And knowing I had a podcast, like I literally just smashed food at like 8:30, knowing at 9 o'clock we're gonna like
food,
we're gonna have a podcast.
Dinner out on the table.
Just smashing.
Fucking
I was literally sitting at my desk like. Eating like a big bowl of fucking pasta.
Tyler pasta.
And just...
mate. The stick of Tyler pasta.
You've had some stick of Tyler pasta.
That should be the next channel. You got Dynamite like gaming, Dynamite... I don't know what the other ones
I make a food channel.
Dynamite pasta. And you just make pasta.
Dynamite pasta, not Dynamite food. Dynamite
I think
pasta.
it'd be really funny if it was just something that Tyler wouldn't say.
Unironically, you could do Dynamite food, and I think I would watch that. That'd be amazing.
I would watch Dynamite.
I'll just prepare
food.
seafood. I just
want to see you stab a crab. Just a live crab. I want to see you finish one off. Just fucking stab it and be like, you're dead now.
Rest it down to the ground. Just tearing it apart with his bare hands.
It's just a crab the size of Tyler.
No, I've killed crabs.
You
before,
fucking maniac. Horrible
them.
man.
No, it's not. They're not. It's not. You've got to do it. I know the humane. There's a humane. I was taught by a chef. My uncle's a chef. He taught me the humane way. Since I was probably doing it when I was 10. The first time.
Them in their
like how to humanely. They have like this flap. This is like we're talking sand crabs, talking mud crabs. And they have like a flap, and you just go straight in, and there's a certain angle you want to go in on it. So it's just like an instant.
That's true. They get done. And they get absolutely done immediately. No need to worry.
Fuck the crab.
And they're delicious. You know what I mean? If you're willing to eat an animal, you got to be willing to kill an animal. That's my opinion.
True.
You know what I mean? You can't just sit there and enjoy the meat. I think even more respect to you if you're out there catching yourself. That's the real respect to me.
I'd love to shoot a deer in the head.
If you say to me, it's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, have you even eaten deer?
No.
Yeah, see, what are we even talking about? You like to do it?
Venison.
That's fucked up.
What do you mean that's fucked up?
My time.
I'll give it a little prayer before I shoot it, and then I'd fucking 360.
Yeah, I don't want to kill anything, but like I'm willing to do it if it's food.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna eat it or my family's gonna eat it, I'm willing to do it. I'm not gonna feel bad about it, but I don't want it. Like I'm not sitting there like I would like to kill a fucking deer.
I'd love to do it.
In the head. That's fucking weird. You fucking. I'm not surprised that you would do it. You fucking weirdo. You fucking incel freak.
People like my weird antics, alright? They love it. That's what they watch this show for.
That's true.
You're sort of the star of the show. George. It's the only thing that doesn't change.
George is the star of the show.
Unlike everyone that watches this show's dad, I haven't left. So.
Yeah, right. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and also everyone you do the show with has left. Most of the time.
I went out to, James went out to get a pack of cigarettes. He told us, and he never came back.
He never came back. He didn't even strike me as funny because he doesn't exactly smoke. But he's gone now.
That's true.
He's gone now.
Apparently, he's been cut into and all that. Like, apparently, he's been like a lab. I think.
Shout out to James.
I think he's taking his Halo obsession a bit too literally or something.
He's loving it.
Yeah, he's having an AI inserted into the back of his head. That's the reality.
He's having an AI inserted into the back of his head. He's also being made taller through a process of their sort of, I don't know how they do that. They just sort of like go here, be taller now. It's like fucking banging. Yeah.
Have you ever seen? Oh my god! Hang on, I'm gonna send you a clip. It's a South Park episode where, like, I don't know what sort of thing they must have been making fun of, but it's like, I guess maybe it's like transitioning. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a sensitive topic, but Kyle's dad becomes a dolphin and he has surgery to become a dolphin.
I thought you had to say he has surgery to become an attack helicopter, and he goes, "Oh, I'm a fucking attack helicopter now. That's my fucking gender."
Oh yeah.
Why is there a video?
It's a dolphin. Holy fuck! This is the surgery James has just had, ladies and gentlemen. Josh, if you could somehow not get us copyright,
he's gonna come out and he's just sang Healy.
Oh no! Please.
Are we ready to play it? We're gonna watch it together.
Yeah, even if it's just maybe half the sound or something, Josh, I don't know what you're going to do.
Josh is going to do some wizard shit and it's fine.
He'll do some wizard shit. All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Where is it? Hang on.
Oh, wait.
I've sent it in the...
Let me put it back to 0.
It's in the Skype chat. Hang on, yeah, I'll put it back to 0. Yeah.
I can't find it in the Skype chat.
You're in the right one.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm in the Skype chat that we're in, and all I found is Sappening.
Sappening.
You
my
did say
message.
Sappening.
Oh, that's true.
And then the call started, and
Let me
that's
send
it.
it.
That's all I've got.
You got that?
I think.
You seen these?
I think the chat is actually not resetting for some
Why did you
bloody
just type
reason.
in 146513?
I just literally like put my right hand on the numbers keyboard and just type a bunch of numbers.
I'm getting fucking nothing.
Really?
Do you want to send it to him on the Facebook chat,
Yeah,
George?
I'll get it. I'll do it now.
I don't know why that's happening. That's really weird.
Oh yeah, Kyle. Because Kyle got surgery to become black and tall to play basketball, and then his dad got surgery to become a dolphin after
Surgery
that.
from black and tall. I do love South Park. Actually, it's great. There you go. I sent you the link.
Okay, I'm ready when you are, guys. I'm
South
ready.
Park.
Let's go.
Cool.
Okay, this is the surgery that that James has had, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 2, 1, play. So yeah, Carl's that's a dolphin now.
Oh my fucking god.
That's fucking.
Oh my god.
Look, Ike, your daddy's. Look, Ike, your daddy's a dolphin.
I like that kid. I don't know what his name is, but I like him.
Cheryl, this is crazy.
This is
I used
James.
to think I was crazy, but Dr.
There's even Elvo with the red hair.
People out there who are trans-
Change his little Jew.
All I did.
Trans
was change my
species.
appearance to
You got
look
the fin.
the way I felt here. And I'm telling you now that if we don't let Kyle do the same, he may never be happy. Ever. We owe him more than that, Sheila. We owe him understanding. We owe him understanding.
That's fucking grotesque. I'm not even gonna lie.
What
Yeah,
the fuck is
Yeah.
that?
South Park loves their mental shit, honestly. I do like a little bit
love
of South
South
Park. I used to hate it, but I like it now.
Really?
South Park's
Why?
a bit on the
Cringe.
mad side and always has been.
Nah, it's one of the best shows of all time.
It's very
South
good,
Park.
yeah. I like it. It's
I'm
fun.
sure it's enjoyable. It's
It
just
can
one
be
of
hit
those
or
things
miss
I
for
look
me
at
though.
and
Sometimes, sometimes their jokes are too on the nose, but sometimes they're really good. I guess it depends on the mood I'm in and how much I've smoked.
how much you smoke.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
It's fair enough, isn't it?
Oh,
You can't argue with
I grew up on South Park though. It might have been like when it was at its peak, when it was peak popularity, is when I was a kid. So it's probably like by the time you guys were at that age, it was probably past that sort of peak period.
That's true.
In fairness,
I watched Family
You're watching
Guy.
Fucking something shit like Family Guy.
It's
Yeah,
not
okay,
shit.
there
Family
it is.
Guy isn't shit. It's
I mean,
a classic.
It's good. Like I don't mind it.
not good
but, like,
anymore.
that if you want to talk about on the nose comedy,
Well, yeah.
like that's the show. That's
Hey,
the
penis.
numero uno show. Let's flash back to some random thing we refer to because we can't come up with an actual joke in the
yeah,
moment.
the
like, you know what I
cutaways
mean?
are a little
Like,
bit too much sometimes.
Flashback to a shocking
every
event of
like
real
you
history.
hear the South Park creators or have you heard this? So the story is the South Park creators did an episode where they made fun of Family Guy, and they've apparently they've been in I've heard the interview with them, but they talk about in it how they got so much love from the Simpsons creators, the King of the Hill creators, like all the peak adult cartoons at the time are like, yeah, we fucking hate Family Guy too. Like all of them think Family Guy's so shit. Like they were like, and the South Park creators like, it's not comedy. It's not comedy. It's a terrible show.
Political
They hate it.
as well, doesn't it? Like,
and they just like. So they did their episode. They made fun of it. It's fucking great. And then to have all these other shows that are like competition, I guess. We're like, I know we're competition, but we like you because fuck Family Guy. We can all agree Family Guy sucks.
and then eventually Simpsons had a crossover with Family Guy, and they're just as bad.
Oh, I mean,
Simpsons
think
is fucking shit now.
I mean, now it's shit. But I think if you look at the peak and what was the best show in its prime, it's The Simpsons. Simpsons is the greatest cartoon all time.
Simpsons is a banger.
First 7 seasons.
Greatest cartoon. Wow.
100%.
Avatar: The Last Airbender exists.
Yeah, well, you're also born this century, so you don't know. You don't know. You just don't know, and that's okay. And that's okay. Forgive me.
That's true. I did sort of skip The Simpsons a lot, but I do really like it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's a great show.
Futurama's good as well.
Anywho, off of that,
that was our cartoon segment of the show.
There's a lot of news. There's a lot of news going on.
Oh yeah, game news.
It's unfortunate, to be fair, because I don't give a shit about any of it.
Yeah, it's true. I did think about this, right? So there's two main bits of news. Do you not care about Gamescom either, Ethan?
No, of course. No, it was a joke, but yes, I do sort of care. I just haven't been paying attention.
None of us. Yeah, great. Well, this is fucking fantastic. Well, I know enough. We can talk about it, but
I know enough. I have a few ideas of what's been
Gamescom roundup.
So the two
we got a Halo Infinite release date.
The two biggest pieces of
Horizon
news
release
were
date.
Gamescom. And then Spider-Man Far From Home got a fucking trailer that's blown up. Apparently, most viewed trailer of all time. And I know Ethan will not give a fuck about that. I don't know.
That's true. We'll leave that for the end.
We'll leave that for later. We'll leave that for later. But Gamescom.
Yeah.
Don't mind vibing a bit of Spider-Man.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty cool.
Have you watched the trailer,
Looking
Ethan?
like a spider, fucking people up.
Okay, good.
At
least we can.
I have seen the trailer.
Okay, we can at least talk about that without.
At least we can talk about that.
So Gamescom.
It's pretty chill.
Let's start with Horizon Forbidden West. Got a release date, February 22nd, 2022. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that God of War?
No, Horizon Forbidden West.
It's the 18th of February. 22nd for the
because it's 2022. Sure. Because it's 2022, I think. I put 22. I wish it was 2. Yeah. I put
2. That would have been pretty fucking funny, but no. It's the 18th. They fucking ruined it. The dickheads.
Yeah, which is obviously super exciting.
Exciting, but they did say 2021, so...
No, I mean, from the beginning when they said 2021, I said, just so you know, everyone, first of all, God of War is definitely not coming out 2021, and also I expect Horizon Forbidden West to come out early 2022. That's what I've been saying. I've never changed my mind. No matter what, I've said that, and I was correct. And 5-year full, development cycle from, the February-March 2017 when Horizon Zero Dawn came out to now. I think it's a great amount of time. 5 years. 5 years. Yeah, it doesn't feel like 5 years. It's gone fast. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like Horizon Zero Dawn came out 5 years ago, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Nope. Unless you're 5 years
I remember
old.
just sort of like, I didn't know anything about the game, and James had it, and he was like, I've been playing Horizon. Pretty good. I heard Colin Moriarty talking about it, and I was like, I never knew anything about it, so I bought it as well. Started playing through it and was like, fuck me, this game is one of the best things I've ever played. I love it. 5 years, oh my god.
It's a good amount of time. They've obviously spent a lot of time, a lot of love, a lot of care. The game obviously looks fantastic from what we've seen. The trailers look good. The demos look fantastic. I'm certainly very excited. Do you guys have any thoughts, concerns about it? I'm really happy they've taken a full 5 years personally. What are your thoughts?
I actually have this is one of the few games that are coming out soon that I have no concerns about, to be honest.
It is
none at all.
Is it in fact, I would argue it's the only one. It's the only game I have no concerns about when it comes.
Yeah. Pretty much, because Halo Infinite, I still have a few concerns about.
There is
God of War. I
don't
don't actually.
Talking about to be fair
Ethan?
with that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah,
With Halo
there's so
Infinite, a couple of concerns
I want to
worth
get to that
addressing.
last because I feel like there's a lot to talk about with that one. That's going to be the heaviest one of them all. We've seen some. There's a new Saints Row game. I've never played a Saints Row. I'm not a Saints Row guy, but George, I feel like you are. Could you?
Saw the trailer.
I have not seen a thing about Saints Row on this one.
I saw the trailer, like the cinematic trailer, and it was just like, have you ever seen the other game they released, Agents of Mayhem?
No.
It's like by the developers of Saints Row.
No.
Fucking weird.
Agents of Mayhem.
Got really much coverage. Yeah.
Is it just called Saints Row?
This reboot's just called Saints Row. Yeah. Just looks like the cinematic trailer was just really Fortnite-y and really like weird art design.
Is it just called Saints Row?
Yeah.
It seems like a reboot. It seems a bit.
It
looks a bit shit. This, to be honest. I mean, it's just like a cinematic thing. But hey,
it doesn't look like Saints Row. Nothing about anything I saw was Saints Row to me. Saints Row was about
two of Saints Row.
Yeah, basically. I mean, Saints Row was always about being like a low-level crook and then building your way up to like owning the whole city and like having properties all over the place and being the best gang there and taking out gang bosses and stuff. And it used to take itself seriously, but it was like not seriously enough where it's like this really serious narrative. It was like also jokey as well. But this looks like it's way on more sort of the the comedic side of things and a little bit silly and a little bit goofy, and it's like I'm just sick of that in Saints Row now. It's not funny anymore.
I'm sick of that in games, just being
same.
goofy.
Like there's a character in it with a hat on. He looks just like Wrench copy, to be honest, and it's pissed me off because it's like be fucking original.
Yeah. I'm just watching.
Be fucking original and don't copy shit. Beat shit.
Yeah, don't copy a company.
Yeah, and also, have you guys seen that they've put a fucking like this new
redacted
is somehow more of a
redacted
game than
redacted.
It's been in maybe 5 years. They put an assassin in it.
What?
I don't give a fuck. It's a company.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm not excited. No one's excited about this. I'm just saying how fucking ridiculous.
I know, but even
like,
entertaining the topic of it being ridiculous is like, I know, but it's a company.
Yeah, I can see it now. I'm like looking at pictures. Wow.
Then you get people going epic fan. Then you get people a bit concerned.
Redacted.
There's a bit of a company and they see epic fan service and go, I guess this is a love letter to fans. Thank you.
Redacted.
I will name my firstborn child after you. It's like the only fucking love letter.
Redacted.
Right, it's non-consensual.
And Josh, we're bleeping obviously the word
redacted,
but also the.
I like how they made the character black to prove they're not racist.
Can we also bleep the word
redacted? Redacted.
Wrench.
No, we don't need to bleep wrench.
We need to bleep the entire thing. Just bleep this entire segment.
This is so dumb. How do people still support this company? Just stop doing it. Please let
the Saints Row trailer's got a lot of dislikes on it. A lot of people are not happy about it.
It looks like fucking.
Of course, James is defending it. He was like, no, we haven't seen enough of it. Just fucking wait until it comes out, alright? And it's like people say the same shit to James.
Until you see more, but.
Well, yeah, true.
And then he's like, nah. But I look at that and I think, well, it just seems a little on the goofy side, and I don't see how this actually fits into fucking Saints Row. Oh, now the links come through and all that. Oh, brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah, no. Now the chat's finally updated on my end on Skype. This trailer does not make me think about Saints Row.
He's tweeting right now. He said we got a picture of like the main characters.
And that's coming out on the 25th of February 2022. Why is 2022 so crammed with mental amounts of games?
No clue.
Just got around to watching. I'm gonna tweet something about that.
Looks like the cast of Marvel's Runaways. Hope the game itself was better than the CGI trailer because it sounds pretty good. Just need to get the vibes right. James sounds so in denial that it looks shit. Just let it go, man. Saints Row died ages ago. Saints Row died in like 2009. Sadly.
I was gonna say that I'll swerve it. That's what I'm saying. I'm swerving that. Like it doesn't look interesting. It just doesn't interest me. I look at this trailer and I go, nah, I don't think this is for me. At all.
It just looks a bit fucking
but if later on down the line I'm proven wrong, I do not mind being proven wrong.
Yeah, neither.
But will I be proven wrong? Will I fuck?
Time will tell.
Time will tell, of course. But I don't see the Saints Row in that. I just see like a fucking looks more like a Royale shooter. Where
it looks like Fortnite.
It doesn't give me an idea of what the game's actually about. You know, just a trailer of epic car driving about city being a bit mental with characters that are far too mental to be believable.
Yeah.
Which has worked for Saints Row in the past, but it's like, yeah, but it's a different kind of human now. There are some things that Saints Row got away with back in day, which it couldn't get away with now, such as getting about with a giant fucking dildo and knocking people out. But the sense of humor has almost had to become a product of the time, if you will, in the sense that was funny back then, but now companies seem to not know what funny is anymore.
Oh, definitely.
Because they do not want to upset people.
All companies do now is try and do the Disney or like Marvel funny, where they'll reference a bit of pop culture.
In the shadow of Bleep, you could do literally anything. We're still going to talk about Bleep.
Yeah, maybe not.
You know, just try to have some actual character in the game rather than be, oh yes, epic, funny, colourful trailer. We're quirky and all that. It's like, no, you're not. It's just the same game that I've seen about 60 times and I'm tired of seeing.
I don't know what it is. There's something about just this woman's hair. I'm gonna send you a picture. It's like she looks so fucking dumb. It's like, why? Who thinks that's a good design for a character? Yeah, she looks great. Look at her with a shaved side of her head. It's like, that doesn't look cool.
If you sent it, it's not.
I mean, people think that looks cool.
She just looks like cool. It just looks generic. I don't know.
She looks dumb.
It just looks like a person. I don't know.
It looks fucking dumb.
It's not something I really think about, but I think it's other aspects of the trailer that really bother me. It just I don't know what this game is going to be. You should know based on the fact that it's a franchise that's known. It just seems a little absurd.
Yeah, it just seems
dumb. And I don't like.
It's boring, uninspired.
There wasn't a lot from Xbox. It wasn't, Age of Empires 4. I'm pretty excited about that personally, as an Age of Empires fan over a long period.
It just looks like another quirky 4-player co-op shooter. That's all that Saints Row does.
You're talking about Saints Row, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I saw a comment and wanted to read it. It was just how it looked.
Yeah.
I'd never got to play that Jurassic World Evolution, that first one, but I loved the original Jurassic Park game that was like that.
Like Operation Genesis.
I fucking love that game.
Operation Genesis is fucking great.
It's so good.
What's that?
So I'd never played the first Jurassic World Evolution, so the fact they make another one, I'll probably jump on that shit.
Oh, it's just like a weird
I love Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
Dude, you build your own
World
fucking Jurassic Park. It was fucking
that's
sick.
cool.
It was,
like
it
you'd
was
have,
epic. And then you could unleash the T-Rex and all the visitors.
You'd have to get dinosaurs. You'd have to upgrade your research, design. Your park, have guests. You could you'd put in so
it's like Dinosaur Tycoon.
Yeah, it's like Dinosaur Tycoon, and you drive around, you can zoom into your car, and then you drive the car around, and you take tours around, and then you can take pictures, and the pictures will get you more points to advertise your park. You need to upgrade to get high security fences, so that way when you've researched a T-Rex and you get them, because if you have a low security fence and you're putting a fucking T-Rex in it, they're just gonna rip and tear through it.
True.
And then they're gonna start eating your guests, and then you'll get bad reviews. It was just fucking cool as shit, and you're just watching your animals and fucking looking after them, but they can get sick and shit. So what you'd have to do is, let's say an animal got sick, you'd have to go in your helicopter and then shoot it with a sleeping dart. So
you'd always shoot it with something.
So you could lift it
you
up.
Put them down
and then
as well.
You'd take it because you'd have to take it to the hospital, to a dinosaur hospital. But it could be really fucking difficult to deal with, because if you're shooting at them and you don't hit it first time or whatever, it can really fucking piss off the dinosaurs and cause a fucking ruckus. So you've really got to take care of everything. It's a fucking great game.
I reckon that'd be a really cool game
down
to stream.
Dinosaurs for no reason other than because you can. You can just shoot them.
You just put them down. That's horrible.
You can just put them down on a whim. It's fucking weird.
I didn't do that, but yeah.
They've put Aloy in Genshin Impact. Anime Aloy.
Anime Aloy.
That looks so funny. Oh my god.
I haven't seen anything about that. That's a bit weird.
That's mental.
But yeah, no, Jurassic World Evolution 2 is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
new one.
So.
I haven't seen much about that, but I love Jurassic World. I enjoyed Jurassic World, and I loved Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
I loved it. Loved it.
Fucking shout out to Operation Genesis. That is a fucking brilliant game.
Don't know how the first Jurassic World Evolution game went, but I'm only going off vibe and vibe alone, and I'm excited for the second one.
I think it'll be. I think it'll probably be okay. It's just the kind of game that you play and then forget you played it.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a time passer. It's one you.
It's a fun time.
It's a fun time. You got podcasts playing. You're catching up on your podcasts.
It's a brilliant.
You're
game
listening to this podcast. Or you're streaming,
and you're fucking around with dinosaurs in Jurassic World.
I'll tell you what I'm going to stream the fuck out of, and it's Age of Empires 4. I'm watching this new Gamescom trailer for it. Fuck me dead. I can't wait for Age of Empires 4.
Fuck me dead.
Fuck you dead, Jesus.
Fuck me dead. Fuck me into the dirt. I want to play this fucking game.
Fuck me into the dirt. I want to play this game.
Yeah, 100%. I'm all about this. I'm all about
just kill me off.
Age of Empires 4. That's, you don't talk about growing up on a game. It's the 1998 Age of Empires 1. One of the great games all time. They had a deal with Kellogg's cereal company, and they were giving out that game in cereal boxes of, I believe it was Nutri-Grain, when I was a kid. So we got Age of Empires 1 for free just for getting cereal. So most Australian kids, and I think New Zealand kids, know what it's like. Age of Empires is big in our countries, and it's based on the fact that we grew up on it because we got it from cereal. No one went out and bought Age of Empires 1. We got it for free with our cereal boxes. One of the great marketing ploys of all time.
Good old Australia. They know how to sell Age of
I
Empires
agree.
4.
They should do that with Jurassic World Evolution 2.
They should put it in my my Happy Meal. I love it.
I haven't seen this
That's such a
Halo
modern way to
trailer
do it.
though. I have not seen
the
Halo
season
trailer.
1 trailer? It's for the multiplayer.
Oh, it's a
the
multiplayer
cinematic
trailer?
one.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's very
Is
cool.
it?
It's the one with the woman running around.
Why is there no campaign stuff? Because that's
No
what
idea.
we're really concerned about.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know why there's
where
no
this
campaign.
game is going to fall by the wayside and be a useless cunt is going to be its campaign.
Well, to the fans, but to everyone else, I think the multiplayer will be the make or break for like the outer video game community. Like, if the multiplayer is good, people would be like, "Well, the campaign was shit," but I don't care because the multiplayer is free.
Well, I disagree because Halo 5...
Yeah, well, I mean, I disagree as well because I play Halo because I'm excited for the campaign.
Yeah, except Halo 5 multiplayer wasn't terrible, right?
It wasn't. No, some people actually had a pretty strong community.
But here's the thing, but people... It's a pretty universal agreement that Halo 5 is a terrible game because of its campaign. So I disagree.
In our
that if it's
circles.
No, not. I wouldn't even say that. I would say very broadly, Halo 5 is known as a bad game.
Because the campaign was bad.
I've never actually got around to playing Halo 5.
You don't need to.
Like, I've played every other Halo.
probably
It's the
will,
worst
to be
game ever
fair.
made. It's the worst game
Because
ever made.
There's
save
returning
for Halo
characters
5,
from 5 in Infinite, so I
I
reckon
think
you
I'm
probably will.
okay with not never playing it.
Yeah, I mean you can just watch
I'll play a bit of Halo Infinite for sure, but I'll probably never touch Halo 5.
Yeah, it's not great.
Unless it makes for a fun stream series, and then I don't give a fuck. I'll ruin Halo for myself for the sake of a stream.
Yeah,
You might as well.
Sod it. I mean, if I've got the time to, I mean,
It's a
yeah,
short as
but it's
fuck
like, I'll
game
play
anyway.
literally-
Halo 5 is
I'll
not
play
long.
literally everything else first, so it's okay.
And then you step
I would
into Halo
rather-
5 and you want to die.
Well, let's talk
I
about
don't know.
Let's Halo Infinite stuff then, George. Tell me what are your feelings and thoughts on Halo Infinite currently?
I'm still really excited for it. I mean, the multiplayer flight was really cool. I hope I can get into the next one because I didn't actually sign up for the last one. So I have pretty much no issues about the multiplayer, to be honest. Everyone said it's solid as fuck. It feels good to play. The movement's amazing. I'm not worried about that. I do really want to see how the campaign's going to turn out. Because obviously the only campaign gameplay we have is from like last year when it was like looking terrible.
Awful. Abysmal. Yeah, it looks terrible.
You know.
It was good. They were going to do an open world game, and now they said they changed their mind and delayed it 12 months. Is 12 months enough time to recreate the whole campaign? I don't think it is.
I feel like they're not recreating the whole campaign though.
No, I agree with you, but I just mean like to even like change it that drastically.
Yeah.
So my point is, the shit stuff we saw will probably still be shit.
Well, it's still going to be like semi-open world spaces, isn't it? It's just I don't even know if it is open world though, is it? Because I swear at some point it was clarified that no, it's not open world. It's just you can tackle objectives in a mission in a certain order, and that's what makes it open.
But you saw it, and there's XP.
Yeah, yeah. And upgrades.
Camps, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know what you. So you can say what you want, but that's what it is.
That's true. But we only saw one map though. Remember, that's just. I assume the entire game doesn't take place on the Halo ring.
Yes, you would assume that, but you don't know that. You don't know.
It'd be mental if it was just an entire campaign set in one small map. That would be shit. And
I'm quite concerned, you know, for some aspects of Halo Infinite that we know of. Like, there are some things that I don't understand why it had to be shook up that way. For example, the approach to the campaign is going to be a little less linear, and I look at that and I go, is that just an excuse to also make it a little bit less intricate, a little less, you know, clear as to what the fuck's going on, so that they can just go, oh look, have 6 enemy camps and a cutscene at the end. It's like fuck that. So I don't want that.
Yeah.
Like, that
well,
it's
lazy because they don't know how to make memorable moments with story. That's what it is.
Nah, mate. If you don't remember that moment,
you don't need to fuck around with the bloody. You don't need to fuck around with the structure of the game based on how it used to be. It's just about. It just doesn't see. It seems like there's definitely a crisis of delivery there. Furthermore, there are a few things that aren't going to be on launch, like Forge and campaign co-op, which I think is a bit of a shame as well. It's like, what if you want to play it with your mates and actually have a good time?
Yeah.
You're gonna throw me in this uninspired world space where you have to go and clear out enemy camps, and you're not gonna give me at least for the next 6 months the opportunity to do so with my pals.
Yeah.
It's like,
I had so many people trying to tell me when I tweeted out my, disappointment that there wasn't campaign co-op.
I saw a few of you, and I think it misunderstands the point. It's like, campaign co-op is just sort of part of what makes Halo so fun to play.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you play it with your mates, you have a good time. It's just, how are you supposed to have that good time if you can't play Halo with your mates in the campaign? Furthermore, that campaign is already on shaky ground as is, because it's trying to go for a more open approach to it rather than just have a linear A to B to C story.
The thing is, though, I'm still excited
seems to me like, I mean, I always look at that and go, that's an excuse to not give us that actual clear A to B to C story where they know they can't get away with throwing uninspired shit at us because it was literally the whole game. Because at least when you have the ability to move between them in whichever order you want, you have the illusion that you can just avoid it. It's like, you don't have that. You can't avoid it. It's still just, it could just be as shit. It just looks... Yeah. It just looks to me like Halo Infinite's main story could wind up going down the drain as well if it's that pagged, but you never know. I'll be able to say when it comes to it, because I'll definitely pick it up, because I mean the multiplayer seems pretty good, and I was a part of that flight test and I enjoyed.
I mean, I'm definitely. It's a 20-year anniversary of Halo. It's got to do something. I will certainly play it because I want it to be good. Obviously, I'm not sitting here like, it's gonna be shit. I hope it's shit. I just have no reason to think it won't be shit. They've given me no reason to feel comfortable. It's not like, I suppose, Horizon, where I'm like, they have given me every reason to feel comfortable. Everything they've shown looks great. They've taken the time that makes sense.
They're going to have Aloy and Aaron sex scene.
Everything's great. Everything's great. And then we've got Halo Infinite, where your last game was the worst piece of shit I've ever played. Your demos have looked terrible. It's clunky with your release dates. There's been delays after delays.
Well, it's got a solid release date now, doesn't it?
You had to no, but it's not a solid release date because they're releasing half the fucking game. And then 6 months later, they'll add in all this shit. That's my point. No, it's not what everyone does these days. It's what fucking shit companies do these days. It's what fucking shit companies do these days.
Basically everyone.
Horizon Forbidden West isn't going to come out and go, you get half the game now and half the game in a year. It's not. It's going to come out as a fucking game.
They might release DLC and they go, this is mandatory to Aloy's story. You got to buy it now.
No, that's like they did with Forbidden West. It's bullshit. It's not true. It's the same with Ghost of Tsushima. Like, they release extra DLC. Island. Yeah, but you don't have to play it. You've still... You know what I mean?
I've been playing that.
Is it good? I do want to play it.
Is it good?
It's more of Ghost of Tsushima,
I enjoy.
but there's some stuff in there that's new, and there's some other parts, and it's just a good time. It's just been enjoyable.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about it.
It's just more of the good bits and less of the copious amounts of foxes.
Less of the filler.
In fact, I'd like to say that I haven't seen a single fox den so far.
That's
amazing. There
probably
are a few, but I haven't seen any.
I feel like Sucker Punch, they can take criticism very well. They're one of those companies that will listen to the fans, because I know that was a massive critique of Ghost of Tsushima. There was just too much bollocks content in there. It was like they were like, okay, open world game. Now what filler can we put in it? Instead of
this game has been out for a year and I still don't know how to pronounce its name.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. Tsushima.
I used to say Tsushima. But I don't know, I heard the characters pronouncing it Tsushima, so I was like, I'll just do it like that.
Yeah, they go Tsushima or something. They overemphasize the S and make it sound like a T as well. It's mad. I don't have a fucking clue, so I'll just go Tsushima. You know, I'll just go for
as long as people know what you're talking about, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Anyway, the Halo campaign, can I just briefly give my opinions on that?
Yeah, give your opinions, because I think it's going to be... I'm predicting a disaster, is my prediction.
I am still hopeful for it. I think the Banished look good. That's one of the things that I'm most excited for, is fighting the Banished and having the Covenant back in it again and stuff like that. I'm excited for Arbiter, because he's got to be in it. If he's not in it, then that's going to be retarded. But I just assume that the Arbiter is going to be in the game at some point. The Halo ring vibes, it's got a very, CE sort of but newer vibe to it. The game's looking beautiful as well. Like, one of my previous concerns was like, doesn't look like a next gen Halo, like it looks kind of shit like last year, but they've polished it up a lot and it looks way nicer. Guns look beautiful to use, really responsive. Fucking that whole thing with Cortana and like the weapon, I really want to see what happens there, because it's almost like spiritually it's like CE Chief and CE Cortana traveling together again, which is really cool to me. It was almost like that was symbolically what it was, because she's a very sort of vanilla Cortana that hadn't been through all the stuff that our Cortana had been. I'm excited to see where that leads, because that was really cool. I don't know, I just think there's a lot going on in Halo Infinite that is easy to forget about.
But not a lot of good.
True, I mean, I can't prove to you that it's going to be good.
Yeah, but that's my point. You've named a lot of things. I have no faith it's going to be good yet.
Yeah.
I want it to be good. I'm going to play it, but I just want my expectations to be really low so they can be exceeded.
Yeah,
I'm just going in really low expectations because I was hurt so badly.
I'll let myself get hurt. I don't even care. That's what I play games for. Is to go
George,
to like
I've been hurt enough.
franchise.
I've been hurt enough. George, I've been hurt enough.
They cut me.
I've been hurt enough. I'm not getting hurt again. I'm not doing it.
The Master Chief has left you beat down one too many times.
He's just killed.
Speaking of
if Locke dies in the opening scene, I'll be like, oh, here we go. We're on. Oh, we're on. Oh, we're on.
They just kill him.
We're on here, boys. We're
like,
fucking
bye.
on. Just kill Locke in the opening scene, and then I'm like, oh, we're fucking on here.
And Bucky's there, like, fuck.
Rip and tear, boys. Well, not boys, because we can't play with our friends.
Fucking phrase for this podcast.
I've brought it in. I've brought Rip and Tear in, not just this book. I've been saying it. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now. I feel like it's a bit of a new.
I don't know what it means.
I always have Tyler-isms that come in every once in a while. There's phases of Tyler-isms, and I really believe Rip and Tear's a new one. I really enjoyed saying it recently.
I'm glad. I mean, I'll take any Doom reference whenever.
Yeah, well, it's not a Doom reference. There's nothing
it is.
Doom. I've never played Doom.
It's from
Doom.
Doom,
If I wanted
so
to rip and tear, I'd go outside and rip and tear with
my
friends.
Yeah, that's it. 100%.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, well, let's get out there and rip and tear, boys. You know how it is.
I can't wait to rip and
tear outside and rip and tear with
just
my
fucking
friends.
Rip and tear with the boys.
There's something seriously wrong with that. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's just, I think that rip and tear is one of those things where you need to have some form of established context before you can use that.
Rip and tear these nuts.
Rip and tear these nuts. See what I mean?
Tyler, have you seen the new Destiny expansion that was announced?
Is that the Witch one?
The Witch Queen, yeah.
The Witch Queen.
It looks like Destiny 2's Taken King. It looks amazing.
I enjoyed Taken King. It was the first time I ever enjoyed Destiny because I didn't like the base Destiny one. I hated. I fucking hated it.
I can see why. It was lackluster.
Whereas I really enjoyed base Destiny 2 personally.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah,
they removed random rolls from guns. They removed double perks.
See, here's the thing. I don't have time to play those games. They're too long. Because they continue to add. They have such a long lifespan. I'm not going to play a game for 5 years. Get the fuck out of my face. I'll play your 30-hour campaign base, and then I'll move the fuck on with my life.
So you're telling me you played Destiny for the campaign missions? Are you fucking
No. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Is in base Destiny 2, you had obviously the campaign, yes, as you said.
Which was shit.
You had the Crucible. You had a raid. You had a whole bunch of things in side content. I did all of those things in the base game, and then I moved on.
Oh, God,
I'm not playing the expansions. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to stick around for 7 years.
That's true.
That's all I mean by that.
Into Destiny
I played everything in your game that existed in base Destiny, not just the camp. Like I did everything.
Wasn't enough. I
maxed out. I had a great time. I loved it. I was like, now let's just cut this before it sucks.
If Destiny 2 ended with the Leviathan, I would never trust Bungie ever again.
I don't know even what you're saying. I don't know the words you're saying. I don't know what that means.
Yes, you do. You fucking played it.
Yeah, I know, but that was years ago. I don't remember anything.
Anyway, the point I was making is
I don't even remember what happened in the story. I don't remember anything at all.
Nothing.
I remember I had fun and I moved on with my life and that's it. So I saw that there was a trailer for an expansion, but I'm not going to watch it, nor will I play it.
The one thing that I wanted to bring up as a result of all this Destiny news is they're bringing back the boy. I don't know if you ever got it in the first game, Galahorn, the exotic rocket launcher that everyone used to bum in Destiny 1 is now coming back to Destiny 2. And that gave me a nice big rush of nostalgia when I saw that, because it's like, I used to bring that into all the raids. You shove your knob down the tube, don't you? And then you just shag it.
Yeah, but that's not bumming it. That's like his mouth.
Yeah, maybe you put it in the bit where you put the ammo in, like the back side of it.
Yeah, you load your cock and launch it away.
Yeah, and you just shag it up.
Jesus,
that's mental. Alright, I'm sorry for everyone that's listening. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, Galahorn's coming back. Gave me a nice bit of nostalgia because I used to bring that into all the raids back in the day. D1. That's it. That's my Destiny 2 news roundup for today's episode.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you did that. I really feel kind of more in touch with my inner Destiny fan.
Look,
I've never played a Destiny game in my life.
There were people listening that go, look, George is a cultured man.
Do
that's
they?
all I want.
Do they though?
I want random strangers on the internet.
There's probably also some people listening go, of everyone who's taking absences and shit, why can't George just have
Why can't George?
No
Where's
one
George?
says that.
Where's the week George is
pillar
on
in
here?
like
That's what
2018, alright. And I was voted best guest actually on the Clubhouse. That's not best pillar. Close enough.
Yeah. I mean, you might get best pillar this year at the end of your awards. You're the
Probably
only one
not. James will get it again. James will
Yeah,
get
but
it
James,
again.
but to be fair,
it.
James, like I'm worried about James not getting it because the only person that gives a shit about it is James. Like James would be genuinely upset.
You'd be wrong.
about it.
No,
like I feel like if
I
he
want it.
heard that he wasn't going to win one year, he would tell them all. He's like, "No, that's fucking bullshit."
He'd throw his toys out the pram and he'd go,
He
"No."
would throw his toys at the pram. He would throw his toys at the pram.
I don't think he'd actually care.
No,
I just think he'd find it funny and say he'll be back.
In
He'd
my,
go,
in
"I'm quitting
my,
content."
I mean, like I didn't vote. I've never once voted for myself. I voted for Ethan last year. I thought Ethan was the best last year.
I don't know who I voted for last year.
This year it's a hard one this year because everyone's sort of been sporadic. It's been a bit all over the place. It's hard to say. Let's wait till the end of the year to really.
Well, I won't be voting for James because he hasn't been drinking enough water and looking after.
Well,
himself.
James certainly doesn't get it so far for me. I've been carrying 7 podcasts alone.
Exactly.
So it's sort of it's sort of been what it is. But James, if anything, shouldn't even be nominated. It should be just between the 3 of us.
Exactly.
Someone clip that and send it to him.
He'll be so upset about that. He'll feel betrayed. He'll attack us with his cricket bat.
I reckon he'll listen back to this. He seems to. The ones that he's not in, he does listen to them. So James, if you're listening right now.
No, he doesn't. He hasn't listened to one Clubhouse. He has not listened to one Clubhouse.
Well, maybe not Clubhouse because it doesn't have me in it. That's why.
But you were in Budhouse. You didn't watch that.
Oh, what a fucking cunt. I'm going to be having words with him. I'm going to drive around to his house after this podcast and give him a stern smash in the head.
Jesus.
No. Do you need help?
I do, yeah. I need Ethan to give him a temple blow.
Yeah, I need to go knock him the fuck out.
Oh, great. So what was that? Was that the Halo section? That was the Destiny section. There you go, it's done. What else? What other games were announced at Gamescom? Like Lego Star Wars, were not announced, but that had a trailer, I think. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I looked at it and went, yeah, I don't think it's going to give me much in the way of nostalgia, but it looks like it could be an enjoyable game.
The combat looks cool. I haven't seen gameplay before.
I don't think it's going to give us much as far as nostalgia is concerned for old Lego Star Wars games, and I think that's probably for the best.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's just gonna go forward rather than try to be the Lego Star Wars that we knew. It's like, yeah, fair enough. It sounds enjoyable. It sounds fun.
It's got voice acting, doesn't it, as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it needed that. I think it could have done with the grunts. I thought the grunts were more comedic always.
Yeah. So did I. The thing is, though, they've had voice acting in Lego games for like 10 years at this point. It was like Lego Batman 2 was the first one to have it, and they've never got rid of it since. It does feel like...
I've not played a single Lego game with voice acting in it, I don't think. So
really? They've had them for a while.
A demo for Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Did it have voice acting in that?
I haven't played that one. I don't know. I just remember Marvel's Avengers, like Lego Avengers does. All the new Star Wars ones.
I haven't played many of those newer Lego games, but I'll play the Skywalker Saga Lego game because it sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, it's good. I reckon it'll be.
I think it'll probably follow a similar rhythm to the movie, where towards the last 3 you're like, fuck.
Oh god. And there's epic moments like when Luke Skywalker takes the lightsaber and looks at it for a bit and then throws it over his shoulder. What a cool moment.
Yeah, what an epic, funny moment.
Yeah, Star Wars died a hot minute ago, but it's fine. Although, actually, I mean, Rise of Skywalker, like, okay, it's alright, it's fine.
Oh god, here we go.
Let's not get into it.
Let's not even get into it. I agree with you. I think it's fine, but it's just simply fine. And that's
I fucking hate it with a passion. So
which is also fine.
We'll have to do like a proper like full Star Wars podcast with all 4 of us, where we will just get into the nitty-gritty.
Star Wars podcast.
I'm sure Mario would
Star
love
Wars
it.
episode one day. Oh yeah, Mario can fuck.
Mario Kart. I love the new episode of The Bad Batch. It's amazing.
Oh god.
My favourite meme is that
the
Mario
Bad
likes
Batch.
anything.
Oh yes, I
made
love
by
a bit.
Disney.
I love a bit of filler. It feels like it's progressing the story.
Mario
filler!
loves it. Anything with a cinematic scene where like all the characters are standing there and it pans around them and there's a big enemy they have to defeat and like an epic score. Mario goes, "That was amazing. That was cinema masterpiece. I loved it." It's my favourite thing about
fucking
Mario.
Filler.
He's so easily impressed.
The Bad Batch is just so full of filler.
I haven't watched it, so I can't really even
How do we
comment.
talk about Mario every fucking podcast, George?
Because he's
What
the boy.
Dick.
Those two opposite reactions.
He's the
to
kid.
that. Let's talk about Spider-Man: No Way Home, the
Yeah,
biggest trailer in 24 hours in terms of viewing of all time.
Let's get into it.
How many views did it get?
I think 334 million
Damn.
in 24 hours.
How many is it on
Overall,
now?
over all
million
platforms, and that beat the 280 million 24 hours that Endgame got. So
People love their Spider-Man.
That's insane. That's a huge. Would never have expected that. Obviously a big moment. People are anticipating it. There's been a lot of talk about this movie with the Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield stuff, the crossover, the multiverse, all that sort of stuff.
And the Daredevil
People
shit
are
as well.
excited. I mean, I don't think any common fan knows or gives a fuck about that, but I know what you're saying.
Wow, I mean, it's the best Marvel TV show, so let's get real.
Well, doesn't count because it's not really real or a part of the Marvel.
It will
anything,
be.
is it? Yeah, well, it might be. It might be. Right now, it's not.
We'll see.
And I just want to get your feelings, your thoughts, your vibes on Spider-Man: No Way Home. Starting with you, Ethan.
Spider-Man, sick.
Okay.
I will enjoy when it when it
You
releases in cinemas.
You like the trailer? You didn't know thoughts?
Yeah,
or concerns?
yeah. No, listen, right. The trailer was okay. I'm not the biggest MCU fans like you know.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy watching the films, but I don't really have much as far as thought goes for looking too far deep into it, and I don't know what to anticipate.
Yeah.
There are some rumors about this one, if I'm not mistaken, where it's like, oh, this could happen, or this could happen. It's like, well,
there are. I mean, there are some
cool.
rumors about things happening. Certainly, you're right.
I like that Doctor Strange.
My point is, I looked at the trailer and thought, oh, this looks pretty cool. I'll definitely watch it in a cinema. That's more or less enough for me for the time being. I don't really know too much about it otherwise to give you a more educated comment. I will be entirely honest with you, but it should be grand.
You're just patiently excited
hopefully.
for it.
I'm patiently excited, but that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
Like I think it's going to be a banging film, but I don't know all that much about it.
Yeah.
It just looks like the universe is being fucked again, and I don't understand quite why. It sounds. I feel like it's going to be a recurring theme of MCU films going forward. Somebody donkey fucks the universe, and everyone has to fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of my
enough.
sort of bigger concerns with this is that why is Doctor Strange doing what he's doing?
That was my biggest.
Peter comes in and he's like, "Can you
retarded.
help me and stop everyone
Can
from
you help me fuck
knowing
the
that
universe?
I'm Peter?"
Calm.
It's because
His
obviously
mate goes, "Don't cast the spell," and he's like, "Fuck it, we're casting the spell."
in the
It's
previous-
like,
it's like Wong told him,
hates the
"Don't do
universe."
it."
He's a 16-year-old, and he's just like, I'll create a multiverse that I admit in the trailer we don't know fuck all about what that's going to do, but I'll do it for a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Because he's got some high school problems and everyone
There's
knows
gotta be a
superhero.
reason
Oh
why.
no,
Like,
everyone knows
there's gotta
Spider-Man.
be a reason
You
why.
just go to Happy, get Stark money that Tony would happily give you, and live in a mansion like
Tony's
fucking
dead.
Iron Man. Yes, but Pepper owns the fucking business, bro.
That's true. Maybe Pepper's keeping all those Tony Stark schmeckles close to her chest. She don't
No,
want
but get out of here because Happy still fucking is good. Is role models and help. The
That's
good
true.
friends with Peter. They're fine.
Yeah, Happy would.
He got the fucking Quinjet
My
and
father.
fucking Far From Home.
That's true. Yeah, he is basically an Avenger.
He's not basically an Avenger. He became an Avenger
He
in
is an
Infinity War.
Avenger.
He is an
Yeah,
Avenger.
It's true.
So
So
what I'm
why
saying
is
is
Doctor
just live the
Strange doing this for him. Maybe
don't
it's like the state of New York. It's like if people know who Spider-Man is, then Spider-Man doesn't even exist, and therefore people aren't safe. Maybe that's what it is. It's something as simple as that.
Here's my thing. This is my only thought that makes sense. Is that Doctor Strange knows about... Well, if you watch the quiet spoilers for the Loki TV show, is that the Loki TV show set up the multiverse in some ways, as in like an event happens in it where a multiverse is created, because we learned that there's a sacred timeline. We learned that in Endgame. We learned that in Loki.
Yeah.
And though we've heard rumors and talks about what a multiverse is and all that sort of stuff, never existed. Hasn't actually happened. In the end of Loki, we see that an event happens that causes the multiverse to be created, and thousands upon millions upon infinite different amounts of timelines start diverging.
And they got Crocodile Loki.
Then you've also got Scarlet Witch at the end of a WandaVision, and Scarlet Witch really going with and she's studying some fucking witchcraft and magic. There's some shit going on. Yeah. In my mind, Doctor Strange is curious and knows about these events, and he wants to learn about it. So he's using, to me, I think Doctor Strange is using Peter's question as an excuse so he can start figuring shit out. Because I think
that's almost perfect, to be honest. I think you might have banged it there. I'm not going to lie. Because Doctor Strange isn't going to do something so erratic.
Fuck it.
Like, he's not going to do something so crazy and, like, out of character like that, where he's just like, I'll make a multiverse and fuck everyone's lives up for no reason. Whereas if he is in the pursuit of knowledge, I think even Doctor Strange would be, like, sort of tempted by the idea of that.
Yeah, I think he's tempted. I think he's trying to learn and figure out what's going on with the multiverse and what it is, because he knows it exists now and he knows things are going crazy. Yeah. And I think it's obviously going to set up his Multiverse of Madness film that is the next time we'll see Doctor Strange. So I think there's going to be a bit of setup for that. I have heard some rumors and discussions and things like that this is going to be Tom Holland's last film in the MCU, which is, I don't think, true, because in the agreement, the last agreement that Sony and Marvel had was there'll be a Spider-Man 3 in the MCU, and then another project Spider-Man will appear in. And apparently as well, they've also said that there shouldn't be any more issues with their deals ever again. Like,
that's true.
Shit won't happen again.
Whereas I remember them saying they sorted it out.
Gaz was trying to tell me, he's like, I reckon, and what I've heard is this, because they're doing all these Sony Spider-Man spin-off movies with the villains and stuff. What's going to happen is everyone's going to forget in the MCU who Spider-Man is because of the spell, and then Peter's going to get lost in the Sony Spider universe, and that's where he's going to exist for the future Tom Holland Spider-Man movies with Sony. And then the MCU, they're not going to even remember him, and they're just going to go on without him, which is fucking so stupid and can't be right.
I mean, that's bullshit. Who told you that shit?
I know we've done 3 Spider-Man movies, and he's been in the Avengers movies, but he doesn't exist and everyone doesn't remember him, and that's the end of it.
You can't have a Marvel fucking universe without Spider-Man. If that's happening, I'll start watching the MCU.
Let me read you. This is what fucking Gaz the dickhead sent to me.
Fly off.
This is 4 Pillars mod and good friend Gaz.
Yeah, he clearly knows a lot about the movie industry. 4 Pillars mod.
Bullshit to me. I'm fucking pissed off at him.
A watcher of the movie.
What did he say?
Well, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right, and they're tone deaf.
So here we go. He goes, I feel like we had things set up that we already knew were in the film. Oh, this is me, because I said I wasn't that fast in the trailer, because we sort of already, everything that happened in the trailer, I'm like, we already knew all of this stuff. Like, I'm not. And I'm also not the biggest Raimi Spider-Man fan. Like, I like Spider-Man 1 and I like Spider-Man 2. They're fine. I don't like Tobey Maguire all that much.
They're bangers.
But I'm not attached to, like, Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 like lots of other people are. So I knew they're already going to be in it.
One of the greatest cinematic
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool, but I wasn't, like, jumping out of my seat seeing him in the trailer, because I already knew he was going to be in it. So I was like, the trailer was fine. I'm more concerned.
Serial Killer Maguire is going to be in it.
Serial Killer Maguire is probably going to be in it. It's a concern. It'll be cool, to be fair. It'll be cool to see him more. It's a cool, never would have thought happened moment, even for me. I think that's cool. If Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire on it, it's wild. That could happen. But what I'm saying is, just because you've got all this fan service, all this shit, there's so much going into this movie. It's a Spider-Man movie. Like, you just want to see Spider-Man do Spider-Man shit, and instead you've got all these wild things. There's going to be fucking 3 Spider-Men in it, a trillion villains, a Doctor Strange, a multiverse. I'm like, there's too much writing on this movie. If they fuck up this movie, there's so much to do with the multiverse in Marvel going forward, that this movie, and where it stands, has to nail the multiverse, has to nail how it works, has to nail all the rules and laws that come with that for the future of the Marvel movies. That if it fucks it up, the future of Marvel for the next few years is going to be sort of fucked with multiverse stuff. Like, if they have to nail this movie. There's so much on the line in this movie. So I'm more than anything just concerned that there's too much going on in this movie and that it'll be a letdown. And like some people have said and predicted, that everyone will love the movie when they go see it as a cinema experience, and then a month later you'll look back and think about it, like, that movie was actually shit. Like, what happened in it? It was just fucking chaos and nothing really went down. That's what happened. My internet's died, and that's why no one sort of responded to anything I've been saying, and I've gone on this fucking rant. And Josh, you cut them off, obviously, because I'm the one going on the rant, but I'm just fucking pissed off at that.
Tyler? Oh, it's the 47th minute of the hour. Oh!
Just fucking cut out. Oh, God. What a classic.
Oh, classic.
I feel bad for Josh that he has to edit this up. How can you even tell? Oh, I guess it's already synced up if Tyler continues recording, actually, so it's not even a big deal.
Okay, tell us what, before Tyler gets back, tell us what you were doing on the 47th minute of 1 p.m. BST. So 1:47 p.m. BST on the 26th of August 2021. Tell us what you were doing while we were sat here waiting for Tyler's internet to cut back the fuck in.
Yeah, comment down below. Comment down below what you were doing at 1:47 p.m. on the 26th of August 2021. Yeah.
If you can't remember it, I'm going to fucking unremember you.
If you can't remember it, then just unsub.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going to unremember you. Unremember.
He got so hyped talking about Spider-Man that he forgot that his internet was
He was so excited talking about the multiverse. Just like, right guys, oh my god, the multiverse is happening, it's going to be cool. You got Doc Ock, I don't really care. You got fucking Tobey Maguire, I don't care. And he cuts really out.
And I realised that I cut out, boys. I'm back. And I still went on this rant. I literally just realised that I was out. I was going on a full rant about how concerned I am about...
We've been laughing for the past 2 minutes about the fact that you just sort of been gone.
About Spider-Man and just how much is on the line in this movie. With all this multiverse stuff, there's too much going on. I'm concerned, boys, that there's...
The MCU is on the line with this.
The MCU, this is the most important film in this new generation, setting up the future of the MCU with all the storylines. There's so many multiverse storylines moving forward. They have to set up the laws. They need to set up the rules. They have to nail this movie. And if they don't, we're fucked.
Do you remember that period of time where everyone was concerned about Spider-Man's place in the MCU, and it was like, oh, the Sony deal was fucked, like, they're going to try and steal Spider-Man away from the MCU, it's going to fuck it up. There were so many people that were like, right, I'm done with the MCU now. If they haven't learned from that mistake, and they try to remove him from the MCU, a lot of people are going to start watching, and they're just going to not care about the universe anymore. Me included.
Especially when you set him up as the most important, like... piece going forward as well.
Prodigy. He's the boy.
Far From Home. Well, I mean, there's a few big pieces obviously been forward, but one of the biggest is, top 3 biggest is Spider-Man and Tom Holland.
I mean,
and financially,
Black Panther can't come back.
Biggest. No, well, it's not. Black Panther wouldn't be top 3.
Who do you think is the top 3 of like the new sort of?
Well,
generation?
In terms of where they're going, in terms of story moving forward. Well, the big 3 of the previous generation was Iron Man, Captain America, Thor.
And Thor, yeah.
So you have Thor 4. Coming. So Thor's still at the top, and he's surrounded by, you've got the Guardians, all that sort of world to it. And I'd say you've got a Captain America 4, which will be a big, like...
That's true.
And then you've got Spider-Man. Those would still be a big 3. And then you also have some other big properties, like the Marvels movie. It's going to be big. It's going to be a big movie.
Is that the one with...
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's got Miss Marvel, and it's got Captain Marvel, and it's got... my fucking favourite character from WandaVision. It's been so many months. What's her name?
The woman that gets the powers. Who are we talking about?
God.
It is Monica Rambeau. Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, her. Yeah. She's going to be in that film. What? She's going to?
She's got. They're the 3. So the Marvels are those 3.
So
you've got.
Who was it again?
Carol. You've got Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So this is Captain Marvel 2 is the Marvels. That's what the Marvels is.
Okay.
It's essentially Captain Marvel 2, but it's going to be, instead of just Captain Marvel, it's a team thing.
Okay.
Which is Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and then Monica Rambeau.
Who's Miss?
Like those are the 3. Miss Marvel is the
one?
Yeah, the stretchy one.
Okay.
So Miss Marvel comes out. Miss Marvel comes out this year. I believe at the end of the year or the start of next year on Disney Plus.
Shout out to the stretchy.
So they've got Miss Marvel the show, and that'll set up that. We've got Monica set up in WandaVision.
Trusting Brie Larson with another film on her own again.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. It made $1 billion. It made plenty of money. You got no problem with that. It's just, I think storyline-wise, you've got a lot of great characters in there, and I didn't like the first Captain Marvel all that much, but I am excited for Miss Marvel, and I loved Monica Rambeau in WandaVision. I thought she was fucking amazing.
I liked her.
So I'm really excited for the Marvels, way more than I would be excited for, let's say, if it was just Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah, I mean, that would be utter shit. I would probably wouldn't even watch it. Captain Marvel 1 was dog shit.
Yeah. And then you've got Doctor Strange is obviously a big... Like, Avengers Endgame and Infinity War made so much fucking money and got so many eyeballs on these more minor characters that you're talking about movies like a Doctor Strange making upwards of $1 billion based on the fact that it's related to those Avengers movies. Like, Spider-Man Far From Home, no Spider-Man movies ever broke $1 billion, but Spider-Man Far From Home, that came out a month after Endgame, there was a sequel to Endgame, made over $1 billion by a lot. Spider-Man No Way Home will crack $1 billion again, 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and the only reason it won't is because COVID and not many people are back at the cinemas. That's the only reason it won't.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, will it go to Disney Plus? I'm sure it will eventually, but will it be out on Disney Plus first or out in cinemas?
No. Same with Shang-Chi's only going to cinemas. Not going to be Disney.
I love how fucking Black Widow went to Disney Plus as well. Yeah. Because that's what she sued him about. Scarlett Johansson. She sued him. Shit film. Anyway. I'm probably not going to watch it. So
it's a bit. Yeah. It's Eternals looks good. It looks really good. The trailer was good. There's a lot of good.
Kit Harington, Eternals. Turtles.
Yeah, he's Moon Knight, and he's in.
Turtles.
He's got his own Disney Plus
show. Kit Harington's Moon Knight.
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was in Eternals.
No. The guy that plays King, fucking Rob Stark.
Oh,
he's one of the Eternals.
Yeah, I love Kit Harington. I'm so fucking happy he's Moon Knight. I had no idea.
So he's watch the trailer, yeah. So he's Moon Knight, and then he's also getting his own Disney Plus show.
What? There's a trailer.
So this is where they introduce him. There's the new Eternals trailer. He's in. It's fucking awesome. It actually looks great.
What? So Moon Knight's in Eternals? What?
Yes. Yeah. Moon Knight's in Eternals. That's where they introduce him. He's in the trailer. They released a trailer last week. It's really good.
Really cool.
It's a lot better than the first trailer. Like, they actually tell you a bit about the characters and the story and where they were, why they didn't help beat Thanos, all that sort of shit. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of understand who the Eternals are, because I don't really know anything about the Eternals from the comics.
No, neither do I. Pretty much next to nothing.
The tone and the vibe of it's very like sci-fi, but also like really. When I say sci-fi, I mean like you're talking your actual like space movie, like not a Star Wars fantasy. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is a fucking bit of a space fantasy.
Not like Thor Ragnarok, like an actual sci-fi.
Yeah. An actual legit sci-fi. Like your Interstellars, like it just feels very obviously.
That's cool.
You know, it just feels very like. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It feels very science fiction rather than space fantasy. Like Guardians and Thor is space fantasy. Like Star Wars is a fantasy. Star Wars is absolutely in no way a sci-fi film. It's a fucking fantasy. You know. So Eternals looks really good. I'm excited for that. It's a different sort of tone and vibe, and the cast is fantastic.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's a lot on the line with Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm very concerned about it more than anything else. I'm obviously very excited about it because there's a lot of anticipation for it.
Yeah.
But what I was going to read, so what Gaz was fucking saying, the dickhead, was I feel like we had things set up that already knew in the film, plus added worry of, oh fuck, is this the last Tom film in the MCU? I get that vibe that this is his send-off and he's going to get trapped in the Sonyverse. Yesterday, they also renamed the MCU Sonyverse to the Sony Spider-Verse or something close to that as well. Not to mention No Way Home. Everyone forgetting him gives good reason for Avengers not to mention him, removes that plot hole. I don't know, maybe I'm being dramatic, but it adds up. And I'm like, fuck.
Well, I assumed it was No Way Home because the other versions of Spider-Man couldn't get home. Well, that's why it was called No Way Home.
Well, sorry, Ethan, what were you going to say?
Nothing at all. Don't worry about it.
Sorry,
I'm in my own fucking universe. I'm in my own fucking universe at the moment, man. Don't worry
the
about
Ethan Cinematic Universe.
The Ethan Cinematic Universe of Swog and Four Pillars, the Rise of Swog. I was just going to say...
cinematic universe.
We do, and it's going to be building. It's going to be building. It's going to be better than anything. I'm just concerned with Tom, like... I mean... My prediction is that the story will be like a bit of a Groundhog Day type thing where he keeps reliving, not the same day, he'll keep going into different universes to be like, oh, no, this is fucked. No, this is fucked. To think of like, he's trying to get it right where everyone forgets that he's Spider-Man in his world, but he'll like go in and he'll be in fucking the Raimi sort of universe, or he'll have crossovers with that and the Garfield ones, and then other shit that that it hasn't been in other films, but they'll throw into this one.
What if it goes into the game? What if it goes to the Insomniac game?
Oh, God. But I'm just like, I just mean, like, you know, I just think it's gonna be a bit of a Groundhog Day type thing where he like keeps failing and it's not quite right and things keep getting thrown in there, but in the end he just ends up back where he was. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just concerned.
I think this movie, I don't think we're going to be able to
It's
predict
all on the line. It's all on the
ballsy.
line.
That's what I like about it. I like it when I'm excited about whether a movie's going to be good or not, instead of a movie that's just safe as fuck, like Shang-Chi. I know that's just going to be a classic hero story. He's going to be smacking about. It'll have cool kung fu in it and shit and cool like fight scenes, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be a man finding his establishment in the MCU. That's not as cool as, holy fuck, what's going to happen? Is Spider-Man going to be fucking stuck in some alternate universe for ages? Like, is that the stakes of this film? That's what I like.
There's a lot at stake. You're right. There's a lot at stake. So I'm nervous. I'm excited. And I can go a stake right now.
I mean, if it is shit, I'll be fucking really annoyed. But
it'll be tough. It'll be tough. Then I'm pretty much just gonna be on the Thor: Love and Thunder train and Captain America train. And everything else can fuck off.
I actually need to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier really badly.
Dude, get amongst.
I'm sure I've said that about 50 times.
You have. I'm getting annoyed. I'm starting to get angry because you were saying the other day, like, well, everything Marvel's been doing sucks. I'm like, we haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, that's true. I really liked it though. It was very, very. The one episode that I watched was cool. So.
Oh yeah, the first episode is fucking amazing. The last episode does a lot of great things and sets up a lot of great things, but as a directed, edited episode, it's the worst one of the season.
Yeah.
It just flowed really fucking weird, but what it sets up is great, and there's some really cool moments in it. But the show overall is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I liked it.
So anyway, enough with the Marvel talk. I am really curious, and it's what I want every time I sit down. It's the Four Pillars podcast. I sit down, I think, and I go through the show, and I only have really one thing I give a fuck about. I only have one question on my mind every single episode. And George, that's what's in your recommended YouTube feed.
Fucking mental this week. Fucking mental.
I love that. I love that. It's Ethan's favorite segment. So I'm excited for his reaction to this. George, what's in your recommended?
YouTube's been recommending me some really fruity videos, man. Like
fruity videos, yeah, okay.
Like fucking ASMR roleplay where someone's pretending to be like an anime girl. Like, listen to this.
Oh no.
ASMR roleplay: showering with your childhood best friend.
What?
ASMR roleplay.
That's gonna be illegal. That's gonna be against the law.
Girl makes you hers. ASMR roleplay.
How's this? Have you been
Wolf
watching
Girl.
ASMR? Is that why it's recommending that to you?
Well, no. I mean, I listen to like rain sounds. I type in like ASMR rain sound. That might be it.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking channel.
Can you? Send me one.
Look at this fucking channel.
No. Ethan's like, no. Ethan's like, no, I'm not doing it. What?
Oh
the fuck?
God!
ASMR roleplay. Clingy girlfriend wants you to sleep.
What? I don't like this. I don't want to click on this because I don't want this in my. I don't want this in my recommended at all. I actually don't want to click on.
It'll go into your fucking recommended.
Nah, swerve that.
It's worth that. It's worth that.
ASMR roleplay stuck in an
Tell me
elevator
which
with
one
your
to
crush.
go to, Ethan. Whatever one you click on is the one I'm clicking on.
Okay. Let's.
Best friend gets jealous and possessive. What the fuck are these titles? What's going on?
Oh my God!
Best friend confesses and cuddles you.
Flirty
Dom bully teases you! Exclamation mark. What the fuck?
Meeting the oblivious popular girl.
Meeting the popular Sundari bully.
What the fuck is
Yandere GF doesn't let you leave.
Falls in love with you.
Oh yeah, it's like a fucking creeper anime girl. That's fucking mental. Maybe it's because I've been watching a lot of anime recently. It's like my fucking...
Rejecting your childhood friend by getting married. What the
I don't know what tsundere means. What does that mean?
George, you have absolutely come and delivered this week with this. You have absolutely delivered. Slow dancing with your best friend. Sundari nurse takes care of you. Girlfriend whispers her love to you. Creeper girl falls in love with you. Wow.
ASMR roleplay, baking with your crush and confessing.
Stalker friend likes you. What? Captured.
Could you please possibly stop?
By your nervous classmate. You have been captured by. How is this? Isn't ASMR supposed to be relaxing?
Captured by your nervous class. Halloween date with your drunk maid girlfriend. It's like
What
it needs to tell me that she's a maid.
What the? I just don't understand.
Oh god.
No.
Ethan, tell me which one to click on, and I'll click on it.
Which one are we clicking on? Right. Okay. Let's do the good old counting thing where we figure out which one to click on. Right. I'll tell you which one we'll click on. We're gonna click on. Where's the one? Where is the rejecting your childhood friend by getting married? There's that one.
Where is it?
Send me the link to that one. Send me the link.
It's right. It's towards the bottom. Rejecting your childhood friend by getting married.
Oh yeah.
Hang on.
Is it?
Oh,
is it
yeah, I
rejecting
see it.
your
I got
childhood
it.
best friend at your wedding. Oh, wait.
No.
No, just rejecting
Oh,
your childhood
wait.
best friend. Yeah, that's the name of the title.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's
the
the title.
thumbnail says rejecting your childhood friend by getting
There
married.
you go. Yeah, I found it. What is this gonna be? What is this gonna be?
What's?
It's gonna be fucked.
I'm
up.
playing
guys
it now.
ready?
This is.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm ready.
I
You
can't deal with
you
this
call
shit.
it. You call it, George. You make the count.
Okay. Let's go back to 0.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. I'm scared. I feel like I'm gonna put.
So it's just the
put on a watch
thumbnails.
list.
It's just the thumbnail still there.
Yeah.
Like nothing's
It's
happening.
just
Hey
really
there.
weird.
Congrats
Oh,
on your
God.
wedding.
Right,
So I
okay, I'm
guess it's
closing
like-
Thank you
this.
so much.
They're doing
But
an
enough of that
impression of
already.
like
Wait,
anime girl.
So, how was the wedding?
Suppose.
I heard that your wife is pregnant with twins.
I heard that your wife is
Is that
pregnant
true?
with twins.
Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
Really? Oh, they're gonna be so cute and adorable, just like the mom and dad for sure. Have
This
you
is
There's
genuinely
about
quite
7 accents this girl's putting on at once.
I know. I can't tell. I'm gonna look at the comments.
Oh, Celine and Stella. Those names sound a bit familiar to me.
Oh my god, this is getting
I don't
want to
listen to any more of this. It's
Change.
fucking
Supposed to
alarming.
be our baby's
Oh, they've
name.
added reverb. She's added reverb.
Oh, it's like, you know, in anime when the characters speak to themselves in their head and it like echoes. It's like
Oh,
that but in a
no.
fucking ASMR. Oh.
Anyway, congratulations.
Oh, I know James
I'm
would be
super
loving
happy
this
for
video.
you.
It'd be absolutely fucking
She's
creasing
such a
up.
lucky girl, isn't she?
This is
It's
amazing.
horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's very sad. It's very sad videos. I mean, you know,
Oh,
it's art in its own right.
Whatever
Yeah.
floats
Some
your boat.
people,
We
yeah.
talk about gaming online. We just have to allow
Yeah.
these
Nothing much
people.
really.
but they're
Exactly.
fucking
You know.
That's the
funny.
way I think about it.
I'm
Like, I
busy
talk about
with
little
my life.
pixelated people running
Work,
about.
work.
This is, I
You know
mean,
the
it's
usual.
still pretty weird, but get on with it.
It's pretty daft.
Oh,
However,
this
this is the kind of content you want to make, then
boyfriend?
fucking go for it.
Flirty
No,
dom bully
not
teases
yet.
you. I just love the titles.
I
They
don't really
they
want to be
feel
in a
like porn
relationship right now,
titles,
to be honest.
but just like with the
I'm
wrong
fucking
just
adjectives.
waiting for them to come into my life.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
Also, relationships.
Sweet Yandere kidnaps you to keep you
Okay,
safe from
what-
a harsh
what-
Yandere.
is there any other channels you've been recommended that's fucking wild?
What, like this?
Yeah,
Is there
like
any-
so.
is
No,
there
as in
anything
like
that's
you
not
said, like you've given us one channel that you've been recommended. It sounds like there's more.
It was more like this genre of video. It's just this is the one channel that I clicked on today. I keep getting it in my recommended. Oh, I'm gonna get loads of it now.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh,
don't like it. I'm gonna get it now.
Fuck's sake! I'm gonna be put on a
don't
fucking watch
wanna-
list.
I don't want. I'll see. I won't because I do this thing where I don't track anything that I watch because that's a mistake I've made too many times. Just saves when I've got shots of like YouTube just going on there. It just saves being questioned about what the fuck is that, and it'd be like fucking I don't know. So
That's
it's
true.
just there.
If someone walks in and sees you on my computer and they see soft Yandere girlfriend comforts you to sleep, they're gonna be thinking, what the fuck's this guy doing? Oh
Yeah.
god. There you go. That's my recommended this week, guys. Pretty funny. Not as funny as the fish getting cut up, because that's fucking hilarious. But you know,
Oh
At least
God,
it's not-
no, it's
at
there.
least it's not
Shit,
frog time.
I just
Oh,
clicked on
it's-
one of my
it's
videos
on-
and it's in the recommended. No.
that's the thing.
No.
Look, if you get
YouTube,
involved in this
stop it.
segment, it infects your computer as well. That's how it works. You get a little bit of my recommended in yours.
It's an issue.
I'm gonna have to explain that onto everyone ever now.
Oh god. Amazing.
Why have we done this to ourselves?
I reckon people will love that. People will get a few.
It's an invasion of the childhood best friend.
I'll spend the next 2 weeks watching some really interesting videos and see if it actually comes up with something maybe not so mental next time.
I think this is the top of mental. This is the pinnacle of what is mad.
Yeah.
And,
It's up there.
I feel like you've outdone yourself this time, George, even if you didn't
honestly
plan to.
I reckon I can find some mental shit.
Yeah, at this fucking rate, you already have.
Yeah. I'll try and outdo myself next time. I reckon every time I'll try and ramp it up more. I'll make an account for YouTube.
But what I like about it, George, is that you don't even try.
True,
this
I don't.
Is what I like about the segment is that you're not trying. You just have this
YouTube
fucking weird shit because you're a weird cunt, and that's what I love about it. You know what I mean?
I've been listening to
That's
ASMR rain sounds and watching too much anime. I don't want
you to put this on. I don't want you to put this on. I want this to be authentically you.
Keep it organic. So far it's
been authentic. Yeah, keep it organic. If it's a shit week, that's fine. I can live with that because it makes it real. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It makes these weeks the best because I'm like, you literally got this recommended to you because you're a fucking weird. And I love it. I fucking love it.
Don't tell everyone that I'm weird, alright?
Yeah,
I'll get the right idea.
and you know that, and we all know that, and that's fine. That's fine.
Oh god, what an amazing segment! I'm actually so glad.
I just love that you described this content as fruity.
It's you literally like, oh, I've got some fruity recommended anime ASMR. You know. Oh my god! Inviting your best friend to your wedding, or your jealous friend at your I don't even know what it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, no,
but
rejecting your yandere best
fruity
friend by getting married
is half of the equation. That's for sure.
Your stalker friend kidnaps you or something like that, like just weird shit. Kidnapped by your nerdy school friend.
The Sundari gamer. Oh, I'm glad that Josh has to watch that as well, actually, because he has to get the clip for it.
Oh yeah, he's the one that really
probably enjoys it. The fucking
Josh is going to be.
Oh yeah, he does love his fucking anime. He probably already watches it. To be fair,
look, that's because he's a cold-blooded gentleman.
Yeah,
anime's great. It's fucking great. And that's me saying that unironically. You can get Eddie and Sheps going, don't watch anime, but I'll be going, do watch anime. Unless it's got weird.
Sheps loves anime. Sheps fucking loves anime. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's true. It was Eddie that was saying it, even though Eddie also watches anime as well. He just doesn't like to admit it. If you listen, Eddie, I know your secrets, bro. I know you listen to Yandere girlfriend comforting you at night.
Oh god. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, is that everything that we were going to cover
That's
today?
everything, boys. That's everything.
That's a fucking wrap.
That's a fucking wrap. Ethan, what did you just send?
Welcome to the com zone.
Sake.
What the fuck?
I just opened that up. What the fuck?
I opened that up and the first thing says verify your age.
Welcome to the cum zone.
Well, I mean, you did make a podcast called The Cum House, which is like worse.
Here's the thing as well. Like, I've got to send Josh all of these links now. I've now got to go in.
Amazing.
We love the fact that we're just fucked up.
This
podcast
podcast is just glorious, man. I'm so glad it exists.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh god. James, you've missed a fucking banger.
He always misses the bangers. I mean, they're always
it's
bangers.
It's almost like he hinders the good ones.
Yeah, it's almost like
he is the weakest link.
James's presence ruins it. Nah, it's more like every episode's a banger, let's be honest. And whenever you miss any of them, you're missing a banger. That's why you subscribe to Four Pillars Network and put notifications on so you can get updates on every podcast and listen to all of them and love it. Here you go. That was a nice little plug there. Where's Tyler gone? Is he still there?
No, I'm here. I'm just sending Josh all the links to all these fucking ridiculous fucking videos and channels we watched today, including Gerald is a dolphin. Oh, there's so much.
I just love that is a thing.
Yeah.
So I love the Skype chat, like the history.
The shit out
like
of
you go back to like a few weeks ago, and there's just a picture of a railgun.
Found or got a hold of this Skype chat history, we'd be in prison. Like
true.
It's fucked.
It's like a big
fucked.
isopod.
It goes back a long way, and there's just all sorts.
There's all sorts of different things. Like the girl crying at the Olympics. I mean, not the Olympics, the World Cup. No, not the World Cup. The Euros. It took me a while to get that. Just
the
then.
Euros. That's the one.
You got Tyler.
Took me a while
Shell
to figure out where you're going.
From Portal.
You've got a trans dolphin. You've got some anime girl ASMR. What the fuck?
And then just like random screenshots.
When
of
does
games.
George? When does it end?
Let
When
it end.
Madness end?
It's mad. This is
It
madness.
only gets deeper. You only delve deeper into madness. There is no ending.
Oh my god. Well, there is an ending to this episode, and it's fucking
Exactly.
right now.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Four Pillars podcast. And thank you to everyone that supports us, listens on podcast services, watches here on the Four Pillars Network. For, on a personal note, for now officially on this day 7 years of me doing podcasts.
That's true.
My podcast birthday, the sex that births
Happy
this community.
podcast.
My
Casting
podcast
birthday.
birthday. Tyler's 7 today.
The podcast king turned 7 today, and that's me. So thank you for that.
The young throbber turned 7.
The young throbber. I'm a fucking ready to rip and tear. Send me north of the wall. Let me rip and tear. Let me see the boys. Just that's what it is.
Oh my God.
But anyway, boys, thanks for joining me this week. Appreciate the fuck out of you guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks for another episode of the Four Pillars podcast next week.
What episode are we up to now?
16?
16? Yeah.
16. Fucking hell.
It's
Yeah,
fast approaching the 20s.
mad.
God.
It's getting on.
We'll be there at speeds.
And
We're doing this for
That's
6
one of the
months already, guys. That's crazy.
Yeah, I
Started
know.
in
Yeah,
February.
that's mad.
It's been
Holy
6 months.
shit.
Wild.
It's almost like we've had a plan to do this for a while.
It is. It is.
It's mad. We're doing really well.
We are.
It is.
I'm really, really chuffed with our progress,
So
guys,
am I.
and also guys.
There's already such a great history here with this series as itself, even though there was already history there before with the Four of Us doing podcasts together in the past, and I'm just happy to have all these podcasts back. Clubhouse is going well. The Four Pillars podcast is going great. The As Always podcast is now back, and we'll see you next week for that, whereas James will be back.
Good shit.
And we've got a lot to discuss there. And then, of course, in 2 weeks from now, for another episode of the Four Pillars podcast, and hopefully all 4 of us are back. So,
with any luck.
with any luck, and we
I don't
can
have any
hear-
other nans, so no other distractions.
no other attractions. Yeah,
It's time to become dead.
that's right. Love it. Thank you, boys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Been a sweet time, boys. See you
Bye-bye.
later. Take care, everyone.